All right, family. How are we? How are we doing today? I am, every time I ride, I was riding today, so I came in and it was trying to rain a little bit. So this is me. This is it. I'm real. And I don't feel like I have to be dressed up all the time. Tonight is a very important night. We're going to continue our series. Um, we're going to continue our Fatherless Boys and Fatherless Girls series. We're going to talk about Ram in the Bush. Let me pull it up. Let me share my. I am just so out. I'm irate tonight. I'm so tired. ADA. I'm so tired, you guys, of just everything. I'm tired of arguing with Black people about when our babies die, how we make excuses for the death. We blame our babies. 14-year-old dies, Asian man shot him. He didn't steal anything. Nothing was missing from the store. He literally died for nothing. And you have Black people, Black looking people with white supremacy mindsets because we've been so ingrained, engrossed. We've been so infiltrated by them mentally. We've allowed them to educate our babies. So we've taken on their attributes. So we act just like little Black white supremacy. We act just like them. They have trained us so well to where we will demonize our own. We allow them to demonize our babies. Then we demonize them. Then we say, oh, Black people are doomed, like we got here all by ourselves. We had help getting here. We had help getting here. What you are seeing, Black folk, is the residue of white supremacy, is the residue of you allowing them to educate you, of you coming to be around them. Now you've taken on their attributes, so you act just like them. Our children have been infiltrated. Our children have been allowed to go to school with these damnable bastards. And our children act just like their children. And then you look at our children, they're not even being educated. You look at our children, they're not even graduating from high schools. You look at our children, half of them in detention centers, half of them got records, and they pruning them and grooming them to go into the prison system, and we don't even care. We don't care. We keep sending them back to their schools. We keep working on their jobs. We never were supposed to come together with them. And this is the reason why he told us not to. He said, come from a, be separate, learn out their ways, and come from among them. And everything he told us not to do, we doing it. And then we wonder why. We wonder why. He told you not to vote white supremacy over you. We vote for white folk every 4 freaking years. And argue what white person we gonna let rule us for the next 4 years. I'm on a live. I'll call you back. That was my girlfriend. She's my best friend. We've been friends for so many years. We allow them to lead and guide us. We're the salt of the earth. We are the salt of the earth. We are the salt of the earth. But every chance we get, we'll run to the polls and argue with each other that this white supremacy is better than this one. What the hell is wrong with us? What is wrong? What you see is a residue of us being infiltrated. We are so infiltrated by them that we think just like them. We hate our own. We hate us. We won't support our own businesses. We won't support each other's businesses. If you got an Asian store and a black store, you'll go to the Asian man's store and not the black store. I've seen it with my own eyes. There's a black guy. He has a beauty supply place. I was like, "Whoa, I didn't know you were here." I sat in my car and I watched, and it's an Asian beauty supply place at the light. Okay, it's not even a block from each other. You can literally see the stores. I could sit at his store and see who's going in the Asian guy's store, right? I literally sat in my car and I counted all the black folk that went to the Asian store. I'm so tired of arguing about why our babies were shot. I'm so tired of hearing black people demonize their own. I'm so tired of us allowing us or us being used by white supremacy against us. Tired of us. Tired of us allowing everybody to talk to us crazy. Tired of us allowing everybody to treat us disrespectfully, and we allow it. I'm tired. This right here is the camel for me. This is the stick that broke the camel's back for me. We have a 14-year-old baby, and black folk arguing that he should have died. That's disgusting to me. They said there was a gun found. How you know it wasn't planted? You guys don't even think about these people and how disgustingly they are. They're liars. They're the father. Their father is the father of lies. And you believe every word that comes out of their damn mouth. They didn't told you that it was a gun. The dad's son said he saw a gun. Was it really a gun? We don't know if it was a gun or not. The police, they said they saw a gun a few feet from the body. Does that mean it was his? No. I'm so tired of arguing back and forth. He should have died. Why? Because he had a gun. White folk have fucking guns all the time and live. Are we thinking about that? Dylan Roof killed 9. Who did this baby kill? Nobody. He had a gun. So what? I carry one. Bacardi carries one. We all carry one. So white folk carry one. White folk kids carry one. Do they deserve to die? Do they ever die? No. But we'll make an excuse and allow somebody else, a white supremacy, a black white supremacy that look like us, we'll allow them to demonize our own. I'm sick and tired of it. I have had enough. I've had enough. We argue and we argue and we argue some more. The fact of the matter, that dude's store is still open. The fact of the matter is that dude is still alive. The fact of the matter is he shot, he saw fit to shoot a 14-year-old baby. I look at this boy and I see my granddaughter. She's 14. Whose mentality is not even there yet. We forget how we were. We look at our grandchildren. For the ones that have grandkids, look at your grandchild, 14. That's his mentality. They're not even mature. He was probably 11 or 12-year-old mentally. He was a baby. Just because he was 14 does not mean he was 14. He was being led around by probably a gang of guys, a gang of boys. Whether he had a gun or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter if he had a gun. This Asian didn't think anything of our black baby, and he shot him down like a dog for a freaking 59 cent bottle of water. 59 cents for a bottle of water. This is what he killed somebody for right there. And he didn't even steal it. So our baby died for absolutely nothing. And what do we have to say about it? We argued about we arguing about super stuff that don't even make no sense. Let's argue about closing the damn store. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Running him out of business. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about blocking the interest. So, and black folk that's trying to come up in that parking lot. What the hell are you coming up in here? Turn your ass around and go back home. You're not coming up in this lot. You're not coming up in this lot. It's time for us to get like that. Turn your ass around and go down there to down the street somewhere. You're not coming up in here. I'm sick of black folk acting like we so damn stupid that we cannot decipher. We cannot think ahead. We cannot think of how to solve our own fucking problems. I'm so sick and tired of this. I've had enough. Why do you think I'm doing this series? This series is needed in our community. This is why you see what you see. Where are the fathers? We blaming everybody else. You blaming the 14-year-old. What was his dad at? Who raised him? Did his mom raise him or his grandma? Because that's usually what's going on right now. Mamas and daddies ain't raising nobody. Grandma's doing it. Grandma tired. Grandma ain't doing it. He just got a place to sleep and he doing what the hell he want to do. Doing what he want to do. This show ain't gonna be packed because black folk don't want to hear truth. I don't give a damn no more. Come, if you come, don't, you don't. I don't care. Because I can't even get y'all to like a video. We'll have 71 people look at the video and 4 likes. What the hell wrong with y'all? It's free. Touch the like button. It's free. Free. Don't cost you anything. You don't like what I'm saying? Why are you here? Block yourself. Period. I'm gonna show you what a button is. Let me see if I can find the button for you. Because I'm tired of y'all just coming over here being nosy and nothing. What are we actually doing about any of it? What are we doing about it? What are we trying to do about it? Nobody's want to do nothing. That's the sad part about it. We make excuses. But when it's time to change something, when it's time to really do something, we won't do anything. This is ridiculous. We make excuses for our own deaths. You wonder why people don't care. Why should they? You're sitting up there saying he should have died. He's 14. And I'm going to tell you what, black folk who's talking that shit, watch when it happens to yours, let's hear you talk that same stuff. Let's hear you say that about when they take yours out. Because it's going to happen every time black people, we had a black guy that was saying, oh, police officers, my friend, love me some white women. Who killed his black ass? Please. I guarantee you he'll be thinking twice now. I guarantee you he wouldn't be saying that now. He'll be agreeing with us. Police ain't about nothing. They're blue thugs in blue who need to be defunded. Period. But he ain't had that smoke for him. He ain't had that smoke for him. Nate, black guy, police officer. He has a good show. Oh, white folk love him. I told you, anytime white person love you, your ass is safe and you're not a threat. And you're cool. White folk love him. Oh, and black folk who cool it, love him too. But I'm going to tell you what, that nigga, and yes, I'm going to call him a nigga because that's what he is. He called for the death of 5 officers, remember? Not once has he ever called the death of white officers that shoot black men. Not once. But black folk jump on his bandwagon. That's a coon. But you didn't call him an agent, do you? But a very man that got 7 years for your black ass that you left out there to dry, who had your back. You left him out to dry. He got 7 years, but he's an agent. Y'all some dumb dummies. They're just dumb dummies. That's all I'm gonna say. Dumb dummies. Dumb dummies. These young boys who grew up with no daddies, they are the most ignorant right now. These young boys, I want to say 25 to 35, they some of the ignorantest men I've ever heard speak in my whole freaking life. They are some of the dumbest dummies that think they know everything, but you didn't have a daddy figure. So you just, I don't know what, I don't know where you got your thinking from. You're thinking, I don't know where your thinking come from. You hate black folk. You hate yourself. Bakari just had a show. I heard one on there. He won a Brandon's crew. And he is, his talking points is so dumb to me. He talks dumb. I can't, his voice bothers me. When you get on there and you sound as dumb as he sound, as dumb as he sound, and everything he black folks is doomed. We're doomed. Well, then why don't you take your ass and go and lay down and die? Do us all a favor. Since we all doomed, let the ones who want to fight, let us fight. If you want to be doomed, take your ass over there with the white folk and be doomed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, you guys. Hey, Bakari, I'm bringing you up. What's up?
What's going on? I'm listening to you. I hear your
I'm,
passion. I feel your passion. I hear what's going on. And that's the same way I feel. That's why I did the show that I did today. And that forecast put in his chat, he was glad I did that show today. But
yeah,
that's why I did it, because it has to be talked about how every time something happened to one of us, we figure out a way to blame the person, which is us, that's been killed. It's a lot of Candace Owens going on around here. Candace Owens, I'm sorry. There's a lot of these Herschel Walkers. There's a whole lot of that going on, so they don't want to stand. That's why we have to get to, well, we got to get our young boys under control. Like I said during my show, our young boys being under control have nothing to do with what happened. Because if that young man was one of our youth that was not under control, he probably would have pulled the trigger first. You
right.
understand what I'm
And he
saying?
wouldn't have ran. He got shot in the back. That's what people don't understand. He got shot running away. Where was the threat, people? Y'all got y'all minds so jacked up. These white folk got y'all tripping on yourselves. They have got us so jacked up that y'all think stupid. You think stupid. It don't even make no sense what you're saying. He was running away. Where was the threat? He had no legal right to shoot that baby over this right here. He had no. This is what he died for, and he
The
didn't
water
even steal it.
he didn't even have in his hand. He had put the
He
water
didn't
back.
even have it in his hand. So did he really shoot him over some water? He shot him because he was frustrated. If you that frustrated, get the hell up out of our neighborhoods. Period. Period. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn. It doesn't matter. I don't care if he stole water or not. If you that frustrated, if you that frustrated to where you want to cause harm to our black babies, get out of our neighborhood. And that's what black folk need to do. Shut them down across the board. Get them all out. All of them. And
And
then
think
we
about
take over their shops. Period.
and think about this, consider we let these people in our community. They
Yes.
will shoot you over a bottle of water. They'll shoot you over a sandwich. But never once they getting our money. But never once do they think this young man ain't got no money. It's 90 degrees. He needs some water. These people are hungry. That's why they stole a sandwich. But it's not going to come to their mind because it's not their people. It's not going to come to their mind because it's us. And the sad part about that is, even though it's us, and a lot of us came through the same struggle, not having nothing, that's why people
Same
steal,
struggle.
because they don't have, right? So it don't even come to our mind and say, you know what? That young brother stole a sandwich, a bag of, that young brother was hungry. That young brother stole a bag of chips. That brother needed something to eat and didn't have 50 cents to get anything to eat, and he ain't got nothing at home. But what we do is we piggyback on the popular narrative to build a social media following. Like, I know I ain't gonna, like you say, you telling the truth, so it ain't gonna be here. I had 22 people. For us that's packed. You understand what I'm saying? So most people don't want to come and hear that because it's kind of it's strange to them to hear black people stand like this. So they're not used to it. So they have to fight it. So then what they have to do, they have to get away from it. And then what they like to teach us is as long as you got money, that's okay. But tell that to LeBron James when they broke in his house and spraying the N-word all over his house. Tell it to Donovan McNabb. Tell it to Sasha Stefalosha, the brother from Sweden, who him and a white dude was in a club together in New York. I forget what they did. The police came, talked to the white dude, cuffed the professional basketball player, Sasha Stefalosha. I can't say his name right. I'm sorry. Stefalosha cuffed him and broke his leg, ended his NBA career. They broke his leg in two places. Nothing happened to the white dude, and they were together.
Ain't that something? See, this is what I'm saying. But I guarantee you, people made it an excuse. Just like the boy on the train in New York who died. He was telling people he was hungry. He was saying he was homeless, and he got killed for it. Nobody sees anything wrong with this, right? Now you had a baby that they said, "Oh, you gotta demonize the baby because I shot him. Oh my God, I gotta demonize him now. He stole a bottle of water. He had a gun. I don't believe he didn't either, and I don't believe that gun was his. I don't believe it.
We
You
need
got
to
to say
run
that, so then I
fingerprints.
don't have a reason to kill him. So black folk could jump on the bandwagon and say, "Oh yeah, he should have died. He had a gun." So what? White folks had guns all damn time. Dylan Roof had a gun and killed 9. You didn't say, "Oh, he should have died," did they? Did they say that to Dylan Roof? No.
You
They
know what
gave
they did? You know what our people did when that white boy walked in that church in Charleston, South Carolina and killed 9? You know what they did? They got mad and talked about black people in church.
then
They
they
didn't
something.
even they talked about the black what you going to church, what you a Christian for? As if.
It's
You
their fault.
understand? So then when the white boy in Buffalo, New York, killed all them black people in that neighborhood in that grocery store, what did people do? They went, well, that dude was sitting out there talking to him. He was a tether. I think he was a part of it. That's the narrative. Because as long as we fight each other, YouTube gonna put you in the algorithm. You talking about black folk talking black folk. You'll fool around and start getting $5,000. Me say 5,000 views,
Yes, you will.
10,000 views, because you are talking about black people. You understand? And those are the things that we are going through. That's why what the brother just put, there was someone on the subway in New York that was hungry and nobody helped him. He's right. I'm gonna tell you something. And if my son, he'll be back in a minute. If he'll see it, he'll tell you. We was over by this place by the mall called Greenboro Mall in Atlanta. And there was this brother. I could tell something was wrong with him. But I bought him something to eat. And we sat down and we talked. And he started they say I'm schizophrenic. And he was like, man, my brother, I'm waiting on him. He got my medicine. He's supposed to be bringing it to me. And I could tell something was wrong. But I sat there and I talked to that dude for about 35 minutes. And the more I talked to him, it seemed like the more calm he got, the more relaxed he got. And we sat and we ate. My kid like, Daddy, why are you eating with him? I'm like, why shouldn't I? Because they were young at the time, right? I said, why shouldn't I? I said, you never treat your people bad. He going through something. He got a mental problem. Everybody else out here is walking past him. When he said in we about 35 minutes, he was so when I left, he was so calm and relaxed. He like, thank you, man. My brother should be here soon. Like, you want to call him? He like, I got a phone. I can call him. He didn't answer, but he's bringing me my medication and he's coming to pick me up.
Just like
He's
you said, when talk to him, our black men won't talk to our boys. They know these boys are hurting. They know these boys are acting like hoodlums and wild animals because it's their fault. And I'm not trying to blame. Men need to get back on the thrones. They need to, if you're gonna be with a woman, if that relationship is not working, take your child with you if he's male. Raise him yourself. Let that woman come on the weekend and see that child. Because it's getting at a 911. These kids are acting crazy because of the parents. Both parents. They tired of the mamas bringing all these men that don't know how to treat them, that's cussing them out. And they tired of the daddies taking better care of white women, children, and other women children than they are of theirs. You think these boys aren't seeing their daddies across the street, around the corner? who's with another woman, who's taking care of her children. You think they're not seeing that? We should be mad as hell right about now because that could have been my grandbaby. That could have
Yep.
been yours. That could have been anybody on this chat. That could have been your child. And we sitting up here act like it didn't even bother us. Well, it wasn't mine. Well, it could have been. Why don't we do something now before it is yours? Because I'm not willing for mine. I'm not willing to give up mine like that. Because I'm coming. I don't give a damn who it is. Because man, they mind their own
Yep.
business. They mind their own business.
Yep.
But
Could
I'm
have been my.
so
Could have been.
tired of what I'm seeing, and I'm tired of the stupidity. I couldn't even sit on, and I was trying to do the panel with you. I was so tired of the arguing. I'm tired of the black folk making excuses why it's okay. This baby is 14. He was an eighth grader. Eighth grade. Eighth grade. His mind ain't even right yet. We don't even understand what he was going through. We don't even know what his intention was. It could have been just to go in there. It could have been to get a bottle of water. It was only $1.29. But if he didn't have the money, what was you in our neighborhood, but you can't give that baby a thing of water? It was 29 cents. You could not offer him a thing of water if he didn't have. What if he was short 50 cents? You couldn't say, go ahead, take it, man. I got you next time. What was it going to hurt you? He didn't care. But these are the type of people that we have in our neighborhoods. Why do we have these type of people in our neighborhood that don't give a damn about our children? Don't even give a damn about you. They just want your money and they're going to kill your children and ain't nothing you can do about it. And we will make
Yep.
why it was okay for him to die.
Yep. That's why I said, man, in every situation, I've heard people go around, George Floyd deserved it. He was a degenerate crackhead. Nobody, when that cop pulled up on Tamir Rice and just jumped out shooting, well, he was playing with a gun. It's just over and over and over and over.
It's getting so tiring. I'm so tired of hearing it.
Yep.
They have guns all the time. Peyton had a gun, murdered 10, nothing. Dylan murdered 8, 9, nothing. He had a gun when police got there. They talked him down. Does that bother anybody? That don't bother anybody, does it? They talked him down. He had a gun in his hand when the police got there. But nobody said that Peyton deserved to die. I didn't hear anybody say, oh, Peyton deserves to die. Did you hear anybody say that? Definitely
Nope.
white folk. And black folk ain't gonna, oh, that's master's son. Oh, we got your master's son. But your own, you say he should have died? That's some freaking mental illness shit. That's mental illness. We don't understand that yet. That's mental illness.
Yep.
You need your head checked. If this is how you feeling about your brother, something wrong with you. You the problem. You're the problem. You the problem. I even went over there and I saw on another show, and then I was saying, you know how I talk, and some guy had the nerves to come on there and say that I wasn't mother material. I wanted to cuss him out so bad I didn't even say nothing. You don't even know me, dude, and you running your mouth. I said my daughter is probably your child's supervisor. Trust and believe that. Don't sit up there and tell me what I'm not, because I care, because I have a heart for black folk. And I'm not sitting up there talking about the baby should have died. You sitting up there out your mouth talking about what he should have done. He did it. Didn't have the nerves to put your mouth on my child. You got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. My child probably his child supervisor. You understand what I'm saying? Got two mouths while you talking. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because I don't sound like you. I'm not mother material. Are you freaking kidding me? Dude. Did you raise? I asked him, are you raising your babies? I guarantee you ain't raised none of your children. You don't even know where they're at. Don't sit up there and play with me. Don't play with me. You probably you didn't drop seeds everywhere, off and running. Anytime a man, you saying that about somebody else's child, where your child at? Where your child at? Guarantee you ain't took care of none of them.
He probably don't know.
Exactly. Ain't owning none of them. And surely not taking care of none of them. But you had the nerve to say, because I was telling y'all this, because it was the conversation went so left. It was just numbing. It was mind blowing at the conversation that I'm hearing black folk talk about. Some black folk that we know who's got a nice following. But this is what you do. This is how you talk about black folk. The same dude that was on your show talking about black folk doomed. Bitch, get off of here and go somewhere else and sit down somewhere. What you talking about, black folk doomed? We ain't never been doomed. Because everything they do to us happens to them. Opiates, crack, everything that happens to us that they put in our neighborhood, that they do to us happens to them.
Yep.
You can't hurt us without hurting you first. I wasn't even gonna talk about, but it just bothered me so bad. I'm listening to these people on these different shows, and it's so sick and it's so disgusting. It just makes my heart hurt. It just makes me sick to hear how you talking about your own. You'll never hear no other culture talks about their own like we do. We doomed. This is what I'm hearing from black people. We doomed, bitch. You black too. Did you forget that? You black too. So that means yo broke behind talking you making $200,000 a year. Well then, but you're not doomed. I'm so sick of hearing this. How we doomed? But ain't nobody else doomed. We only doomed because you allowing it to be doomed. You allowing it. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I've heard enough. I've had enough, and I'm so mad right now. I don't know what to do. I'm so frustrated. I guess I'm more frustrated than anything. And I'm like, yes, let's go down there. I'm off tomorrow. Let's go down there. We need to ride down to South Carolina. We need to be stopping people from coming in and out of that store. We need 24-hour guard around that parking lot to make sure nobody gets in that parking lot because the sidewalk is public property. Can't stop us from being on public property. Black folk pulling up in there. What you going up in there for? What you doing? See, black folk need to be dealt with right there. They need to be dealt with. If you're not on code, white folk don't allow they folk to be off code, do they? Remember that woman, the white woman that was driving those the boycotters back and forth? Remember the white woman? What happened to her, Bakari? She literally had a shot in her face. And then they demonized her. Her husband kept telling her, don't do this, so and so. Yeah, stop. He already knew what was going to happen to his wife. They shot that woman one night. She dropped her last client off at home and she was going back to her house. They caught her right up the street from the client's house and they shot her in the face. White folk don't tolerate white folk that's not on code. We're the only ones that will tolerate. Asian people don't tolerate Asian people that's not on code. When China, when they was coming out with that shot and telling everybody that COVID was there and da-da-da, you had people coming up missing in China, didn't you? They was coming up missing. They was trying to tell people what was going on in China. They came up missing, didn't it? China didn't tolerate it. Black folk, the only one that will tolerate us talking about us, dogging us out, telling we doomed. What are you talking about? Doomed. Do you not know where all this started? We didn't get here by ourselves. We had help. Remember, the man that you got in office did a crime bill, dummy.
Yep. You're right.
Bill. And we gave him the highest seat. And that dummy can't even walk down up the stairs without falling. Can't even ride a damn bike without falling over. And can't even do an Air Force speech without falling on the dang on stage. That man, he's got Alzheimer's and dementia, and people still got him running the country. This is how jacked up this country is. And black folks still gonna vote for his behind in another year and a half now. By November this year, you come to vote, right? Or is it next year? Next year.
Next year.
I thought it was November. They vote in November, and then the person take over in 24. No.
2024, they vote.
Okay, 2024. He got another year. And black folk gonna still, even though this man has disrespected you, put your children in jail, not giving you no money, won't give you a crime bill, gave people that ain't even dying as much as you a crime bill. Told you I got your backs, black folk. Every time that man open his mouth, he's a lie. He lies. And black folks still dangling, running after that same carrot we've been running after since we could vote. We just run after the same carrot for what, last 300-400 years? Still running after that same carrot. And ain't caught it yet. But keep hope alive. Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. Didn't he tell you?
You say Jesse Jackson, you funny.
Jesse Jackson, keep hope alive. Sitting up there shaking like he crazy, looking crazy. He on the stage looking
Mm-hmm.
like he lost, like he in another dimension. Him and Biden can share a room. Put them two in the room together. How about that? Keep Hope alive, and then put Al Sharpton in the same room with them because he gonna get the same thing.
Al Sharpton, the thing about it is, Al Sharpton already done it. Been all on YouTube, and people still, for man, the government recorded his wire and put him all on damn YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Doing drug deals and snitching. Black folks still ride with him.
Still ride with him. Ain't that something?
Saw
Just
he
when
was
you
working with the
upset.
government.
Ain't
Look,
that
it was a
something? Talk to
government. Watch this. A government wiretap
yep.
end up on YouTube. Who you think gave that person the government wiretap to put it on YouTube? The government, to show everybody how Al Sharpton is.
Still did work because black folks still rock with them. They love us some Al Sharpton.
Yep.
I'm done. I don't know. I wasn't even trying to talk about this. I was trying to talk about my other stuff, Lord. I'm still gonna talk about it, y'all. I know y'all like, oh my God. It's just so sickening and so disgusting. And I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do. I'm just frustrated about the whole thing. I don't know what it's gonna take for black people to get mad enough to want change. But my thing is, some black folk won't ever get frustrated, but other folk that want to grow, we grow. Hey, forecast, welcome,
What's up?
welcome, welcome,
What's
welcome.
up, Bakar?
What's going on, forecast?
Not much. Yo, it was an interesting show that you had there, brother. And I'm glad that you even called it out. And they may have seemed like they got off topic. I don't think so, because they proved your point. Like, black people don't have courage. You asked them, he's talking about the young brother. But then when you asked them about the black people response, oh, now it's emotional. Like, chasing down a little kid ain't emotional. And if you're talking about you got $200,000, why you like, oh, where they gonna go if they ain't got no store? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you like you keep bragging about your money, you know what I'm saying? If you had that much money, like you say you do, you don't have enough to be the murderer like he tried to claim he did. You know what I'm saying? But if he did, why don't you invest in the damn store? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. You got $200,000. You make $200,000 a year. You
yeah,
can't sponsor somebody to open a store and you own it, and you just hire some managers in it or put something toward it. You got all this money, but we doomed. Yeah, we doomed because of brothers like you.
The sad
exactly.
thing about it for us, people like me, you, forecast, Erica Howard, of course, Black Megas, uh, and I'm gonna even say Shaka Zulu because I think he'll be a part. Ain't gonna do no work, but he'll be a part of this. I really do believe it. The sad thing about it, we in different places. We got to find the people where we are like us in the community can get this. So that's why I believe in getting in the streets. Excuse me, because I've met people who will tell you, man, I don't watch YouTube. I don't watch TV. I don't watch YouTube. I've met people that'll tell you that. I don't do social media. But we have to sit down, and I'm gonna be honest. We have to sit down. Then I'm gonna give it back to you, forecast. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
Nah, finish what you're saying, bro. It's all good.
We gonna have to sit down with people who have actually been a part of community-owned stuff and hold conversations to see how it's actually done. And I'm being because I was a part, but I was young. I've seen how it was done. Like I say, I'm telling you, I've seen it work, but I was young. And once we do that community owned store, I saw the good part of it and I saw the bad part of it. You don't give the people that I'm being honest. If we gonna do it and we get a community owned store, we got to have leaders and they got to rule. And it sounds sad, but you got to be in charge, not rule, but you have to be in charge with an iron fist. You don't give the community an opportunity to vote because if they have an opportunity to vote, somebody can put a bug in somebody's ear. And I'm gonna tell you that community I talk about, I used to be a part, I used to go to all the time, everything they did. That's what happened. Somebody put a bug in one of the people here who wasn't in charge of on the panel. And he got the people that be with him. Well, they say they gonna do this and they gonna do that, and these people stealing. Man, if they were stealing, we would have been rich, because man, we would have been rich. But we didn't have everything they could have got, they gave it back to the community. And I remember my dad and his friends talking how we taking something. How? Where did this laundromat come from? The money we made, we built it from the ground. This corner store we have, built from the ground. with no buildings there. We had to build it. This grocery store we have, we built it from the ground. This farm we had to buy these animals and raise them so we can sell them and put it back in. And you know what? Everybody went with them because it's easy, even in that situation, it's easy to figure out a way to say a black person stealing, black person stealing, and black people believe it, right? White people started, black people carried on. We believe it. My dad and his friends just said, okay, y'all got it then. And within 3 years, I promise you, I'm giving them 3 years. I don't even think 3 years. Everything has shut down. Everything that they worked for, the laundromat, gone. The grocery store, gone. The corner store, gone. The hog farm, the honeybee farm, the rabbit farm, everything is the Little League baseball team. It would be, y'all would consider the Boys and Girls Club because y'all from a city. I'm from the country. It's something we built ourselves. We called it the craft shop because we built it. And after school, kids could come by and learn to do certain skills. And they had a basketball court, baseball field. You had to do your homework. Craft shop gone. Everything they had within 3 years. The people who was in charge was like, okay, because they got tired of arguing with black people. Okay, y'all think we stealing? Okay. Then when they left, now the Delta Blues Festival, which was the biggest money maker for that little town, guess who control it now? Take a guess. Take a guess. White folks. Guess what? It's not even in that little town no more. They moved it and put it out where the white folks hang out at.
Because everything we have in our neighborhood, they take it. Everything. We can't even have a basketball court in our neighborhood. We talk a good game right now, but right now, our children need something to do. Where's the basketball courts? Where's the football fields? Where's the track fields? Where's any of this stuff to allow our kids to have something to do in the summertime? I remember these schools were open in the summertime, and we went to summer school. We went to the rec. Remember this? We went up to the school. We swam. We played football. We had games. We had lunches. We had it going on. And this was back before Reagan got in office. Schools was open, and it was open all summer. We literally was there from 8 to 5, or something like that. We was there all day, and then we had lunch there, and we could leave. We could come home. We had things to do, and all of a sudden, Reagan came. Reagan was in office. Everything shut down. We had stuff where plumbing. You could learn that in school. Remember the career centers. You learned plumbing. You learned how to do hair. You learned everything. When you came out of school, you had a certification, and you could open up your own shop. Why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we supporting our HBCUs now? Why are we so busy putting and sending our children to their schools? We see how they treat our children, but what do? We still send our children to their school. Our children don't have to. We have our black schools where we can hold those HBCUs presidents accountable. This is who we want you to employ.
Yeah.
But we
That's
won't.
why I've been sending forecasts and stuff. Me and Forecast been talking because they literally bringing in. It was a few of them. Matter
White
of fact,
folks.
no, the guys here in Atlanta, they're really bringing in people what you would say is kind of conscious. Forecast got the text, but they let them come in. Look, I'm telling you, they are literally allowing people to come in and do like Black Power lectures. They're allowing people
But
to do
not here.
group economic lectures.
Wait,
Now, you
hold
know
on.
what?
Who was it, Bukari?
Oh, you didn't get that video I sent you? Me say the thing I sent you?
I think I did. I just don't remember.
He's doing health and wellness. He do health. But it was one at North Carolina A&T. I found it and I'll send it to you. I
Yeah,
forget the brother name, but he was at North Carolina A&T and he was giving a Black Power lecture.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
oh
what.
yeah, you did. Yeah.
You got the white guy over there now over housing. Housing been jacked up since it's been over there, but they still won't fire him. Why? Because he white, and I don't want you. I don't want
He
to
the
make white folk
president.
mad at him.
He the president.
He's over housing. He's over housing, and housing been jacked up since he's been over there. White guy, A&T. Housing
And
been
they,
jacked up ever since.
and they intentionally messing up A&T because
It's
A&T
intentionally.
because
But
A&T
guess
had got
what?
so good.
But we won't
They,
hold nobody accountable. We won't
no,
hold nobody accountable.
yep, you know what? Cause so yeah, then you have. I'm gonna tell you something. When I be on this YouTube, I go to spaces where there are HBCUs talking, right? And
Uh-huh.
you find some that's starting to hold them accountable, and they're getting rid of people that they don't want,
Well,
telling
I
the
sure
state
wish
they
you would
got
show
to
me some
go.
of the spaces.
It's not all of them. It is some, but more and more starting to come together. But they intentionally doing North Carolina A&T wrong. I'm going to tell you why. This is why I tell people when I talk about sports, I understand that's part of the war. Not the number one and number two for track for them white folks is LSU and Oregon. North Carolina A&T women and men track had got so good, like 4 years in a row. They destroyed them, and ever since then, ever man, like all the track stars from New York, everybody wanted to go run into A&T. In A&T, you can go on YouTube and find them. And A&T was beating them so bad, they started changing rules. They got too many players from they got too many athletes coming from out of state, coming down. So they intentionally messing up A&T because A&T was putting it in a face on we better than y'all, and they got mad. I'm telling you, and and if we gotta, you right when you say the president's selling them out, we got to start calling them bastards out.
That's right. We have to call them out. Just like Morehouse had that white woman over admissions. Why the hell you have a white woman on top of black boys in admissions? That's the president. He should have been fired.
Yep.
Seriously, fired.
If they're a private school, so we can really get them and make them, because they ain't no state school. So they can do what they want. You understand what I'm saying? It's easier for them to say, I'm getting rid of them because they're a private school. You a private school, why you got them in there anyway?
Right, exactly. Exactly. She's a white woman on top of black boys. You can find not a black man to put over them. You put a white woman on top of our black boys. What are you telling them? Oh, I know what you're telling them. Oh, you speaking loud and clear.
Yeah.
But it's unacceptable. And the president and those board members should have shut his behind down. Period. He shouldn't been able to hire anybody without a group coming together that said, we're not doing that. Period. You can't do nothing. You shouldn't be allowed to do anything if you're on a board of the HBCU unless you vote on it and everybody say yes. And everybody say yes for a white woman to be on top of them black boys, they need to be fired. Plain and simple. Because you don't have a black agenda. Yep. Our kids need somewhere to go to have a peace of mind. You don't see a whole lot of Harvard and Princeton and Stanford or whatever black folk there, do you? No.
Vanderbilt.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
But you got a whole lot of white folk coming seeping in. They seeping into the black schools, just seeping in. It's disgusting. And it's all about an agenda because they understand something. They never come to share. They come to take over. And I guarantee you, within the next couple of years, that white woman going to have that president up on some sexual harassment charges. Watch to see what I tell you. Watch to see what I tell you. Watch to see what I tell you. He going to come up out of there, and guess who's going to take his position? They don't come to share. They come to take over.
You're right. They don't.
So the plan of the matter, the conclusion, the plan of all of this is we as black people have to come together, and we really need to start pushing our HBCUs on our babies. We have to start parenting on purpose. We have to start saying, hey, just like my granddaughters, I got 3 of them, well, 2 that's 14, same age. Both of them, I say, y'all need to pick a HBCU. That's what I'm always telling them. Norfolk State, A&T, because one lives, we live by A&T. So I told one of my grandbaby, you need to choose A&T. You need to go there because I'm telling you, I've met some amazing A&T people, the students there. And one girl, we talked to her the other day, and she said A&T woke me up. She said, I was thinking, and I know that she was thinking on another area because her conversation. And I'm like, I'm glad you went. So now, not only did it wake you up, but you can take that information and wake some of your friends up. Don't hold that information to yourself, because I'm telling you, it was just so amazing to hear that A&T had woke her up. That was a good thing, because I know how, some of our kids think because they come from white schools. But this is our fault because we know what happens and we don't do anything to change it. So we get mad at black people, but it's our fault for the way we are. We can do something about this in any moment, but we won't. We'll sit up here blame white folk for stuff that our fault. Okay, we know how they are. We know how their schools are. What are we gonna do about it? We know this Asian man killed our black baby. What are we gonna do about it? And we're gonna shut them black folk down that's running their damn mouths about something so stupid that don't even make no sense. Tell me we don't. That really bothered me. What are you talking about? But that's over there talk, okay? That's talking points over there. That's crazy talk. These young boys ain't got no wisdom, and they parents, no wisdom, none whatsoever. They crazy, this crazy talk, and they got boys who gonna pass that garbage right down to their sons. That's foolery talk. Don't even make no sense what he was saying. They hate black people, and it comes out of their mouth. Black folk this, black folk. Dude, you black. What are you talking about? You're talking about yourself. You're an idiot. That's just like a white woman with a black man. I mean, a black woman with a white man talking about black folk. And he's talking about black folk, and you laying up with him every night. You are a dummy. How do we get here? How did we get here? And not just how do we get here, but how do we get free? What do we do about it? People don't hear, they don't want to hear talk like this. They don't want to hear this kind of talk. They want us to come against our own. They want us to cuss out the black man and cuss out the black woman and say what the black woman ain't doing and say what the black man ain't doing. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that. We're coming up with suggestions of how are we going to be free. We had a whole guy, NFAC, and I'm going to talk about him until I'm blue in the face, was trying to tell black folk how to be free. Them dummies was telling me the agent. Agents don't get 7 years. Not agents that I know. I haven't met any. Have you met any agents getting time now? I haven't met any agents that they get time to. And they still hollering that dumb stuff. Oh, yeah, an agent. Where's your proof? Never had any proof. I never heard anybody come up with any proof. Never. Not 1 ounce, not 1 iota of proof. I heard this man. I spent time with this man. I listened to this man. He was teaching black folk how to think for themselves. And black folk didn't want to hear it. Just like Ice Cube was sit up there trying to tell Black America, y'all vote for something. They got on him trying to boycott him. What is wrong? Does anybody see anything wrong with this picture? Something is wrong here. Is it just me, or is something just really wrong here? This is not normal behavior. This is I don't know. I can't even call it out. What is it? How do we solve it? How do we get out of it? How do we get free of that thinking? We can't, as long as you're allowing them to educate you, you can't be free. As long as you allow them to educate your children, they're going to stay in the predicament they're in now. They're not going to be free. They're going to still keep thinking of crazy stuff, shooting up people, because that's what they kids do. Kids shoot up schools. And then our kids go shoot up schools. Because guess what? Either communication corrupt with managers, they handle business around them in the first place. When Biden told you he didn't want his kids around yours, gladly, because I didn't want my child around your crackhead sons.
Yep. Hey, Cassandra, I'm gonna listen offline. I'll try to come back up. I gotta do something, but I'm gonna keep listening. Thank you for letting me speak. And peace to the chat. Hey, forecast, man. I'm holler.
Yeah, peace up, bro.
Peace.
Appreciate you. I want to eventually get back to the family, the fatherless girls. That's really so important, because I'm doing this series, and I'm doing the series because it's so important for our fathers to get back on the throne. I don't want to hear what I'm hearing, but they won't let me. Who won't let you? You were born the leader. How do you give up your leadership? How do you give it up and say they won't give it back to me? Take it. Get on your throne. Stop dating women that won't allow you to be on your throne. That's the only way a woman can take your throne, is you give it to her. Women don't want your throne, for real. And the ones that do, why are you trying to date them in the first place? They're probably lesbians. I'm just saying, why am I hearing grown men say, she won't let me have my place? She won't let me have the throne. She took my place. She took my throne. What? Where do we talk like that at? No. You be the man that you need to be. You date the woman that can come in line with your vision. You have a vision, and those are the only women that you date. These women that don't want to line it up, the hell with them. Don't even date them. I don't care how cute they are. That's what's getting you in trouble. You're dating these women with the big old poo-poos and the big old boo-boos, and they're getting you in trouble. And you're allowing them to lead you. So it's not them taking your spot. You're giving your spot up to a woman because of sex. Let's just be real. Let's be honest. You having these babies with these women, and you know doggone well they ain't gonna well that they are not good mothers. I'm just saying. And it's vice versa, ladies. You getting with these guys as manipulators, got egos, and you're having babies with them, and they're leaving these girls, leaving these boys, and we have a mess in our community because we are not holding each other accountable. And I'm gonna talk about it, and y'all not gonna like it when I talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. It's coming up, holding us accountable, and we're not doing that. We're too busy trying to blame. It's not about a blame game. You know the game. This is a system. It's a system. When are we gonna get that? It's a whole system that they have set up, and we jump right into it, and we point the fingers at each other. They looking at us like, look at them dummies. Boy, look at them dummies. Look at them dummies there. Look at them. If I was white, I'd be laughing at y'all asses every time I see y'all. We just crack it up. I knew a guy that was trying to get a job, and he was treating people so bad, right? He wanted this certain job, and turn out they gave it to a black guy. The very person that he didn't like, they gave it to him. But I've since don't even deal with that area no more. But boy, if I was there, I would sure be told. I would do. Every time I seen him, I would be laughing at him. I would be doing him the same way the white folk doing us now. They laughing. They laugh, not even behind our backs. They laughing in our faces, and they like, because I'm telling you, remember that movie we saw, the Education of a Negro? Remember that time when the man said it's two different type of Negroes? He said you got the ones that won't even say they're black. Remember, you have a guy on the jury, he's not even saying he's black. Remember, he said that forecast. And what happened? The man told the guy he was not guilty, right?
He was
So
the one
happy
doing the most.
right, exactly. You see what I'm saying? But he told you there's two type of black folk. But I'm gonna tell you what, them Candace Owens need to be dealt with, or you just need to leave them over there. And black people don't even need to participate in their panels. We don't even need to participate even watching them. Let them fools sit over there and think any kind of way they want to. Because I don't understand how you can sleep at night telling me that this 14-year-old baby should have died. He should have died. How do you say that? How do you fix your mouth to say that about your own? So when something happened to yours, is it a should have died then? Or are you gonna be mad as hell and won't just like the Spanish, the Mexican folk want us to help them fight right now? No, you fight your own. You grow your own balls. You fight your own fight. We've already done it through the civil rights. You came here. You get on top of us. You're getting ready to get Social Security. You're getting ready to get a whole lot of benefits that we're not even getting. Okay, you getting ready to get stuff that we should be getting that we've not gotten yet. So we're gonna help you climb on top of our heads again. You know, some black folk want to do that. When are we going to be so sold out to us? To stuff like that don't even look right, don't even sound right, and we just be like, we're not fighting your battles. Fight your own battles. We're not doing it. And we look to each other and say, now we need to shut this Asian man down. That should be the main subject on our tongues right now. How are we gonna shut this store down? I got it from 12 to 3. Then somebody else should say, I'll have it. It should be two somebodies or several somebodies out there at 12 to 3. And then it should be another group of people from 3 to 6, and another group of people from 6 to 9, and another group of people from 9 to 12. Around the clock, that store should be, nobody should be able to come into that parking lot around the clock until that store goes out of business. And while they're putting that store out of business, we need to be gathering up GoFundMes. That's what we need to happen. GoFundMes, to be putting our monies together to be able to get that store when they shut it down. That's how you move in silence. That's how you move. We're not just going to shut it down over here. We're going to shut it down over here. But over here in the back end, we're collecting money so that we can be ready to open that store. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. But we're so busy talking about the boy should have died, and we're not doing what we need to be doing. We're not doing our part. We're not doing our part. Why? Because we're so busy blaming a baby. Instead of really needs to be blamed is the Asian, because it wasn't a threat. You hated somebody that much because of his color that you didn't give a damn who you shot. He didn't care who he shot, and he didn't care why. He didn't care. The boy didn't even have nothing in his hand, didn't even steal nothing. He literally died for nothing, for Cass. He died for nothing. He did nothing wrong. He didn't have any water in his hand. He didn't have a gun on him. The gun was laying somewhere in the vicinity, they said, but they weren't even sure it's his. They didn't even test to see if it was his. You can't even tell me for sure. If they knew for sure, they would have said, oh, that's the young man's gun. I don't give a damn if it is his gun, because guess what? He still didn't need to die. He was running from the man. That means he was running out of the store because something was going on in that store to where that baby was running. Back was toward him. So no longer was he a threat. So that dude needs to go to jail because he wasn't a threat. He wasn't threatening the man. He wasn't threatening the man, and they didn't say anything about he was tearing up the store. They didn't say anything about the store. Somebody showed something that happened with a group of girls in that store, had nothing to do with the young man. Had nothing, absolutely nothing. And this is what we do. We'll find other stuff to talk about to get the attention off of this baby who did absolutely nothing but be black and died for nothing. Where do they do that at? How many white kids do you know die for nothing? None that I know of. Name me one. Name me another white Trayvon Martin. Name me another white Tamir Rice. Sorry. Name me another Michael Brown, a white one. I don't see any. Have you seen any forecasts? Maybe it is. I just have forgotten the names.
I missed it myself. I don't know.
I'm just saying. But you'll come up with a reason. You think if Kyle Rittenhouse, just like Kyle Rittenhouse, he shot two. I didn't hear nothing negative. They didn't say not one negative. Even this dude that choked the black dude, I have not heard anything negative about him. I heard he's a hero. They raised money for that joker, $2 million, over $2 million.
Millions of
and
dollars.
Called him a freaking hero for doing what? Choking a black man out. That's why he was a hero. Kyle Rittenhouse was a hero for shooting two white boys that was off code. That's why Kyle Rittenhouse got off, because he was trying to, judge was trying to show them, you get off code, we're going to take care of you, and I got your back. Just like they said in that movie, the DA got our back. Ain't that what they said in that movie? The DA got our back. That's how we can do what we do and get away with it, because the DA got our backs. And those DAs need to be dealt with. This DA right here that don't put this Chinese dude away, home visits. And I don't condone violence, home visits. Make him do his job. South Carolina. Make him do his job. But our baby died for this right here. And he didn't even have it in his hand. Died for this. A plastic little. This is what he died for. He did something.
Supposedly.
But you didn't even see it in his hand. And then the son of the killer said, oh, I see a gun. Do you? Really? Did he really? You know how they lie. He's going to cover for his dad. And y'all black folks so dumb, you swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. Didn't even question it because it came out of a white Asian's boy's mouth. But he wouldn't have been lying though, right? He couldn't have been lying, huh? To save his dad, was he? Could he? After his dad shot him, then he said, did he really see a gun? I don't think he saw a gun. I think that's what he came up after his dad shot him. We got to say something. Niggas have guns all the time. I saw a gun. And I'm going to say that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I don't believe they saw a gun. And I don't care what they say. Who's to say that they didn't put that gun beside that boy's body? Who's to say that his son didn't have a gun and put his gun down there beside that body? Nobody thinks like this, do they? Oh, them Asians couldn't have been wrong. They couldn't have been making up a story. Who would make up a story like that? Oh, it's that black boy. He had a gun. He was stealing some water. Damn fools. Just sound like fools. No wisdom. These black boys don't have no wisdom. They trying to be black men and they ain't even close. Don't even have a clue how to be a prominent, don't even know how to be a black man. You have to be taught how to be a man to be a man. You have to have a father in order to be a father, in order to be responsible, in order to understand what do fathers do? What do men do? Why are we here? What is the job? What is our job? You have to be taught that. If not, you'll sound like some of these stupid fools that we hear now talking about that boy should have died because he was. It sounds so stupid. Don't even make sense what you're saying. But you got a whole audience that's rooting you on. Had the nerve to hear a rifleman over there too. God.
That's where he get it from.
Exactly. And then to try to bring that, I started to say something, then try to bring it over here to us. Nah, bro. You ain't bringing that over here. You take that garbage right on back over there. He fit in real good over there. Oh, he was having a good old time over there. I just watch stuff just to be, I just like to watch, see what people heads at. Seriously. Seriously. That's sad. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting that you will watch somebody and not hold him accountable. Men not holding men accountable when they're wrong. They'll jump on the bandwagon because they can't think because they didn't have a daddy either. And they all think alike. Birds of a feather flock together. You're not going to tell me they don't. My mom used to always say that. Birds of a feather flock together. And I guarantee you, if you hang over there long enough, you will. Because now you say, Mommy, but so-and-so, that. And she said, but guess what? If you hanging around that person long enough, you're going to try it. You're going to try it. You may not want to try it in the beginning, but they keep doing it. You're going to be like, oh, hold on. Let me see that. Let me try that and see if I can get away with that. And you're going to try it. And going to probably get caught because you shouldn't have been over there in the first place. But I want us to talk a little bit. I want to touch.
Consider, can I say something?
Yes, please.
Yeah. First of all, like, cause I can like, when I love when you be going in like this, and like this is what I'm talking about, and it's a shame. Like, first of all, with that brother earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like he got like not all of us has been to jail and like had guns at 14. Like most of us didn't do that kind of stuff in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But it's a shame, right? Because I listened to you, a sister, consider like, and as because I believe we all have to be like revolution, like I ain't gonna say revolutionary, but like want self autonomy. You know what I'm saying? We all got to play our part. I don't be like women shouldn't be in the because we all in the war. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can. Like if you got to put in their food or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But it's a shame when you hear brothers like that who say, well, it's all our fault. We doing this, but then you turn around and say like we don't have I don't have no solutions, you know what I'm saying? And it's a billion solutions. Like when you and Bakari was talking about HBCUs, like yeah, the corrupt stuff needs to be taken out and y'all actually talk about it. And what I respect about you and Bakari, y'all gonna go up to the damn school and let them know about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna show up and they gonna hear both of y'all. And I know that for a fact, you know what I'm saying? And
You
that's
hear word. I was trying to get that. Where's their website? I want to go on there so bad. I was like, okay, oh, I'm gonna text him later to get the website because I'm going. Oh, I'm
yeah, I
coming.
know.
I'm coming. Go ahead. I'm
Mhm.
sorry to interrupt you.
Well, no, you're right. That's what I'm talking about. Like, and that's why I always like respect you. You see, like, like so certain stuff I can't even do no more. Like, you have to be, and it's just not just talking about it. But then when you talk about like no solutions, like and that goes back to everything that you saying. You know what I'm saying? As with like as a man, like, would you mess with a man who be like, oh, I ain't got no solutions for any of this kind of stuff? Like,
No. What do you mean no solutions? You talking running
mm,
your mouth. You don't have one solution, not one. But we
mm,
doomed. That's why, because you're doomed. You're doomed. You don't have any solutions. Well, I got a lot of solutions. Oh, I have a lot of solutions. Trust and believe. That's the difference between black and black. That's the difference right there. It says two different types, or it's two different types. One with solutions and one without. But want to brag how much money he got. Okay, go ahead.
mm.
Go
But no,
ahead. I'm,
yeah,
I'm, I
that
promise
you're
I'm
right.
not going to interrupt.
No, you go in like that's what I'm a fan of this kind of consider right here. Not that I want to see you mad, but like I'm pissed off all the time. So like I love it. But like, but that's the problem, right? Because you have a brother like that, you know what I'm saying, like who's talking about no solutions, and the sisters is up here trying to do it and make solutions. But how could you like be a leader if you're sitting there? I wouldn't want nobody leading me talking about no, I have no solutions. And I can speak from it from a man's side, you know what I'm saying? I get it. I definitely understand it from a man's side. Like, especially when you talk about a beautiful girl, you know what I'm saying? I get the weakness to it and all of that. But like as a man, you set your own boundaries, you set your own lane, and the people that's gonna be there is gonna be there. Like you don't have nobody can let you do anything. You know what I'm saying? Even when brothers be like, "Yo, oh, we can't do this because the white man." They say the white. I can't even say the white the white, I say the white boy, you know what I'm saying? I'll say that, right? Like, cause they won't let me do it. Like, that is like weakness, bro. Like, nobody likes to hear, nobody wants to hear nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you make your own institutions, then things will run properly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and nobody can fill that role but you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to exclude you, then you have the power to exclude somebody. But to now, like you're subject to somebody else, and that's a problem. Like that has to be destroyed, you know what I'm saying? So to be like, I have no solutions, but then like, so we might as well just go to a sports channel and talk about basketball. Like, why are you even over here amongst these kind of people? So like that's the whole issue when it comes to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's like we display our weaknesses online now, you know what I'm saying? We record ourselves saying weak, coon, ignorant stuff all the time, and we think it's cool, and we on here like we might well put on blackface. But yeah, I'll pass the mic though. I'm sorry.
You know what? I see people like he was only over there on Bakari's show just to spew his hate about his black people. You know how if I hate you, I want everybody to hate you. That's what he does. That's what those type of people do. They hate black people because they don't hate because they hate themselves. Period. One. He said, I was a 14-year-old and I did this, that, and the other. You hate yourself. I already know that. You hate yourself, and you assume that baby was the same little thug that you was. Doesn't mean that. You listened to white supremacy, gave you a talking point, and you ran with it because you weren't man enough to think for yourself. And that's what having a father in the home will teach you to do, is to think for yourself and not be weak. You got a lot of weak black men, and I'm not trying to say you got a lot of weak black women because of parenting, but it's not just because of parenting, it's because we integrated with them and they don't know how to parent. So they're gonna tell you you can't parent yours, you can't spank yours. I remember a time they was trying to tell me I couldn't speak. Don't come in here trying to tell me how to raise my kids. I'm gonna raise mine the way I want to. I gave birth to them, and I'm gonna do what the hell I want with them. If I want to beat the hell out of them, I'm gonna beat the hell out of them. And you're not gonna come in my house and tell me what I can and can't do. Period. Them white kids, well, my mother can't, you can't. One of the little white girls tried to tell my daughter, well, you can call the police on your mom. My daughter, you can't call the police on my mom because I got to, look, I got to be with her until the police get there. So what's going to happen to me until the police get there? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I remember my daughter said, oh, mommy, I wish you was one of them white mamas. No, you don't. Because you would be the woman that you are. You would not be the woman that you were going to be if I had been one of white parents, because they don't know how to parent. And black folk getting just as bad as them because we've integrated, mixed and mingled with idiots that don't know how to parent, and you're going to sit up there and try to parent the same way. We know how to parent. Our kids didn't act the fool. Our kids wasn't shooting up schools. Our kids acted like this because we came together with them, and then they set up a whole systematical system to come against us intentionally. Came against us for our demise, and we followed behind that mess. Set up a whole system to take our men's jobs, to drop drugs in our neighborhood, to set women up so you need to get your man out the house. But them foreigners coming over here, they not getting their men out the house, are they? They're able to sit there with their whole families, the grandma, the great grandma, the great 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 greats, and the pops and the dads, and got everybody in one household, but told you, and still telling our young girls on Section 8, you can't have a man in your house. But I've seen where Section 8, the white boy and girl, was in the house together and not married. Don't play with me. I've seen it. But you going to tell us we can't have our men. And we did it like a dummy. Get out of here. I don't need your welfare. You keep your stuff. Me and my husband going to work this thing together. Trust and believe that. And we're going to do a whole lot better than you can ever do us because you're giving us a couple dollars for kids, but I can't have my breadwinner, my protector, my security blanket around me. Are you out of your mind? You keep your money. And that's what black women should have told them. We're going to come together with this. We're going to come up with our own business. We're going to come in these neighborhoods and we're going to come together and we are going to do for self as a group. But grandma then was old and gray and wasn't telling us how to bring this thing together. We didn't watch them when they was doing this stuff. We weren't there when Black Wall Street was there. But our grandmas was. That's who should have been telling us what to do in the 70s when these white folk came and told us, hey, you're going to need to get them men out the house. Grandmas and grandpas should have stuck together. They should have come in. We're gonna have a church meeting, and this is what we're gonna do, black family. Y'all gonna stay together. You're not gonna accept that. But nobody did that, did they? Nobody did that. They didn't tell us what to do. We didn't know what to do. That's why God told us, pass it down. Don't forget. And we forgot. We didn't pass it down. And then we wonder why we're so jacked up. Because we didn't follow what he told us to do. He ain't talking to them. He's talking to you. Those are Satan's children. There's a difference. There's a difference. They don't forgive. They don't do nothing the Bible tells them to do they? But they won't, but we do, because that's who we are. He told us what to do. Told us what to do. And what do? Come together with them. Exactly what he told them. Now we're mixing and mingling, marrying them, and recreating other generations, other species of people. And then we trying to call them Hebrews. They're not Hebrews, nothing. It takes two. You can't get a pit bull and a German shepherd and call it a German shepherd. No, it's a mutt. I don't care what the daddy is. It's a mutt. You can't mix bloods like that. You can't mix that stuff. That stuff don't mix well. Oil and water don't mix. And you trying to make it mix because you want it to, because you want access to all type of women who don't even bathe, who don't even wash their asses. You have to tell them how. You have to teach them how. And that's what you want. You nasty.
They don't use washcloths.
Thank you. That's what they said. Only poor people use washcloth. Well, give me my washcloth. You can call me what you want. Give my washcloth. I'm just saying. We know how to bathe. We was teaching them. Why you think COVID lasted and spread amongst them more so than it did us? Only way we caught COVID, they was licking stuff, licking handles, licking the poles on the buses. Remember that in New York? They was caught licking the knobs on the elevator. That's how black folk caught COVID. We wasn't just catching COVID just because. We was catching it because they was nasty. I remember the Chinese man was licking his hand, putting on the elevator buttons. On the bus thing, people catching the bus, the trains, and you holding them poles, and they licking their hand and putting COVID everywhere. That's how black folk got it. But he told you not to come with them, else you're going to get punished with them. And I'm going to tell you what's coming. Y'all better get ready. Biden fell 3 times. What that means, people? He fell 3 times, didn't he not? He fell going up the stairs, right? Remember? He fell on the bike. Then he put his leg down, and he just fell again. America's done. Anytime you see that is a symbolism. Symbolic. America has fallen. Period. 2024, you got an X. You already had one X in 17? Now 2024, you got another X that's coming across America. Y'all don't think that mean nothing? Y'all better wake y'all asses up. Y'all gonna need each other. Y'all niggas gonna need each other. Sit here if you want to. Philip, Jay, S. North, welcome. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to read some of the comments forecast. I can't read comments and talk. But welcome, you guys. Like and share as you come in. But I'm just saying, we got to get it together. Our men have got to come back and get back on your thrones. Like I said, you see these women that want to do whatever they want to do. Those are women that you're supposed to be dating. Those are not women that you're supposed to be dating. Leave them over there. You got women that love a husband to lead them. I don't want to lead nothing. I looked at my husband, what we're going to do? What's this? What? I ain't got to think. My husband got it. I can think, but I don't need to. Why? Both of us can't drive the car. My husband got this. Honey, what we need to do about so-and-so, so-and-so. And sometimes he may say, it may be an area where I'm stronger in. He say, well, honey, what you think we need to do? Well, let's talk about that. And we come together. We bring our heads together. But when it come down to that decision, guess who make that decision? My husband. Because that's his throne. And I'm not trying to take his throne. I don't want to take your throne. I don't want to lead nothing. Even though I'm a leader by birth. I was an only child. I was a leader by birth. I'd come in and regulate a room. That's the gift. But I don't have to now. And when I hear black women say, I don't need a man, you're an idiot. Oh, you need your man, dummy. That's your protection. Let me tell you something. A man can regulate a room. You bring a black man in that room, and he'll regulate the whole room. He will just his presence. He ain't even got to say nothing. He ain't even got to say nothing. Jay, highly favored, welcome. He ain't even got to say nothing. He just walk in the room. And he's sure himself, the whole room will line up. Black men, I'm telling you, you got to understand your power. You got to understand your power. These white folk got y'all punked out, thinking that y'all, they over y'all. Them devils ain't over nothing. They're nothings. God called them spittle. Do you know that? Do you know what spittle is? Spit. He told you, black men, you are the salt of the earth. You are the salt of the earth. You need to understand your purpose and why you were here. You need to understand that without you, your house will crumble. Without that head, which is that man, that house is nothing. Ladies, you cannot be in charge of your house. You're out of place. That's why your house jacked up. That's why your kids acting crazy. Until ladies, women, till you get your head back in order. Because I can't wear my head over here on my shoulder. Can't no woman run no house. Can't no woman. This is not yours to run. You out of order. When our men get back on the throne, watch the family will straighten up. Them boys will get in line because just having a man presence in the house, them boys know how to, I can't do that. There's some things you can't do around daddy. You can't say to mama when daddy there. But if daddy ain't there, I can cuss her out and say whatever I want to her because daddy ain't there to knock me upside my head. And I guarantee you, if daddy was there, some of them boys wouldn't be saying what they saying to these women, their moms. And moms wouldn't be allowing it because them husbands, them men, would have been knocking them boys upside the head. And plus, them boys wouldn't even been thinking the thought of cussing his mama or saying something disrespectful because dad was there. Am I correct? Forecast, you got something on that?
Well, no, well, you preaching. I'm really just enjoying it for real. You going in like first of all, I would reiterate. He said mud, and in the Bible, what happened when the white girl asked him, "Could I get some help?" He called her a dog, didn't he?
I stuff the dogs. He said, "I don't give my baby's bread to dogs." He called her a dog, and she said, "I'll take the crumbs from the master's table." Did she not? She said, "I'll take the crumbs." And here we are, we're giving him the whole bread. And you taking the crumbs. Does that even sound right? You didn't switch places with nothings. Some things, hello, black people, some things have switched places with nothings. And you allow nothings to lead you around. You allow nothings to tell you what to do. You allow nothings to parent, to tell you how to parent. These people, they have sex with their children. Their children dysfunctional. And you trying to let them lead you on how to parent. Are you out of your damn minds? Following up behind these people who sleep with their dogs, sleep with their kids. All of their kids dysfunctional because they all sleep with them. And you sitting up here trying to let them tell you how to parent. I wish they would come tell me what to do. Get out of here. Biden couldn't tell me nothing. Trying to go over to Africa, tell them how to parent. You dysfunctional. Your son dysfunctional. And you trying to go to Africa and tell them people who got their shit together. They don't believe in LGBT. And you trying to put sanctions on them because you nasty. He sleep with children. And everybody in America know that Biden will sleep with them kids. And his nasty, disgusting son. They're going to try to go over there in Africa, tell them people, I'm coming in the human rights. Human rights, my booty hole. You was coming over there because you want to genocide Africa, because them crackers want Africa, and they'll never get Africa. They'll never get it. Them black folk in Africa waking up. You see how they lining up now? Watch and see what I tell you. Just keep watching. Keep watching Africa. Keep watching. They beginning to understand how much they're worth. I told their asses, I said I wouldn't even, anybody in Africa right now, if they come to you for anything, you want to sanction us, everybody that don't look like me, get out. Everybody that don't look like us, get the hell out and go back to your cities, your countries, put them out, and don't deal with America. Don't deal with the West. The West needs you. You don't need them. You got the gold and the minerals in your land. I could literally go in Africa and dig up gold and have a handful. But America told you your gold is not worth anything. What? But you coming over there getting it 70% and giving them 20%. Are you out of your mind? Africa. You charge their asses top dollar for everything they come. But if they sanction Uganda, don't give them nothing. Don't give them a dang on thing. And then see who the big dog gonna be. They need you. You don't need them. You just don't know it because white folk didn't tell you it. They need you. You don't need them animals. You don't need that dysfunction. They don't come in and tell you they want to genocide you. They don't tell you I'm gonna put a sanction on you if you don't allow your children to sleep with grown darn men, white men that come over there and rape them girls, sleep with them girls, sleep with them babies. I saw it.
Girls and
I just
boys.
left there 6 weeks. Remember, I was there 6 weeks, and I saw the men with the little babies. What you doing with that baby? What you doing with that baby? And who is her mother? Why would you give him to her? Why would you give your baby to this grown man? For what? What could he tell you that he's going to do with your child? What do you believe he's doing with your baby? Okay, go ahead, forecast.
Yeah, that's all facts. That's like all facts what you're saying. And think about it, like they literally had to kidnap us to come like use black women to raise their children. You know what I'm saying? Before that, they was in the dark ages and they got sayings like throw the baby out with the bathwater because everybody was taking bath in the same water like once a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they kidnapped you and built an industry off of us, and then they come up with things to stay in position and game plans, and they think tank this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking the other day, like with the Motorhand thing, and LBJ said I will have those N-words voting Democrat. I'll say that y'all have those niggas voting Democrat for 200 years, and it's been like 75. Like the moves that they made was effective because they hit us in the household. You know what I'm saying? And now today you see brothers making excuses for everybody else. We making excuses for Chinese men killing little boys. Like I was gonna say white girls, but it's Chinese men killing little boys. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff is caused by failure in leadership because it's hard to know what is healthy to follow when you don't have a mother and a father who is treating each other that you can see as a child. You know, and that's how you learn how to interact with each other. And when you don't have that, you don't really know how to interact with each other. So even when you picking leaders, you start looking at toxic stuff that you used to in your life, and then that's how people could get scammed in the community. All of this stuff is organized plan, because if you are in power, right, only black people will probably disagree, but if you're in power, you want to be able to maintain your resources. Now we have continued to give away our resources. I don't care where you say you're from, because to me, like any resources that we need on this earth, we should be in a position to where we can take what we need to survive. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's in Russia somewhere. Like we need that, we going over there, we're gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? But we know where our home is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's where all the resources is, but we give all of that stuff away, you know, and we don't look at each other with the enough respect and stuff like that. And maybe you need to go back to how it used to be, like not, well, just like when we was in certain positions where people, little kids was killing animals on the farm, you know what I'm saying? So they know what it's like to have to take a life, you know what I'm saying? Because until there is consequences for something, then there will be the same thing. Like I saw a thing, he was talking about somebody else, but they was like, once we can know for sure that we can take out your children, we know that we got you. Because if you ain't strong enough to defend your children, then you know what good are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll say this last thing, you know, at the end of the day, right? Because it's still happening today, because we still in their workforce, and we arguing about dollars or pieces of paper people would have killed us for having this conversation, right? And we still are divided amongst each other, you know what I'm saying? So like if we just like as men and women, like yo, I'll pass the mic. I forgot what I was gonna say, so I'll pass the mic.
I want to make a comment on South. Highly favored, welcome. I think I said welcome to you, but welcome, sis. I always love to see you come in. Want to make a comment on South. He said in Africa, animals stay outside. Talk about leaking feces. What faces? Feces? I guess that's what you're saying. Oh hell no, sis. Have you ever been to Africa, South? Have you ever been to Africa ever? Have you seen that? If you don't understand what's going on right now, this is what's coming. That's why that's coming out of your mouth. It really bothers me when I see black people who will say, I'm not African. Not all of us are. Not all of us are indigenous, okay? Indentured or whatever you call yourself. Not all of us. But it's so impossible for the ones that came here who left their family members there. You had sisters who came here who were snatched. You had brothers who were snatched that left relatives there. And they come here and they had babies, okay? But you still have that African blood in you. That makes no sense when I hear people talking about Africa the way they do. Africa, whether you know it or not, is the now. Watch and see what you see with Africa. America is done. Y'all can sit here and act crazy and think America was the powerhouse, but because of how they treated you, black men, that's why America's going down. You can sit up here and say what you want to say, but I'm looking at Africa. Keep your eyes on Africa. Those leaders over there, you had that Kenya president that said, we will no longer, 54 of us, come and see one man. They've never said that. And then they treat us like babies, put us on a school bus. That's the African Kenya president said that. Those presidents are coming together. Kenya and Rwanda president are coming in because he's getting ready to find out how did you clean up Rwanda. Because if you go to Rwanda, ain't no animals walking around like that. Okay. And Rwanda is one of the cleanest countries in Africa. And those presidents are coming together like never before. They're trying to come up with one Africa, one language, one money. And when they do, you guys better watch out. America's done. You can sit up here and think America's a powerhouse. China's the powerhouse right now. For now. Okay. You got them. But guess who made China the powerhouse? America. Because instead of giving you the job, black man, he gave it to China. Remember, China was a third world country back in the day. Okay. But what happened? He took the jobs from you, black man, and he gave them to China. So in order for me to keep the black man down, I built up another country. Now China is the powerhouse. Y'all didn't understand that. You better open your eyes. They didn't want you to have it, black man. So they took and gave it to a third world country that's now getting ready to take down America. Boy, y'all better open your eyes. Y'all don't understand. But guess what? When they get done, guess who's going to be the standing dog? Africa. Because America's going to be done. And if you black and you stay here, when you have an opportunity to go to Africa, you stay your ass here, you're going to die and you're going to get the same punishment that them crackers getting ready to get. Sit there if you want to and keep, this my land, this my land. Well, you can have a land that's being destroyed as you speak. Did you see your president fall 3 times, dummies? Y'all better open your eyes. He didn't fall 3 times nationwide for nothing. The universe is trying to tell you something. It's a wrap. It's done. Does anybody watch Miles? What's that boy named Miles? What's his name? He was talking today. I think it's Miles. I don't know. Miles 8. I can't even remember his whole name. He was on the day, right? I don't even remember his name. But he was talking about things lining up. Okay. He talks, I agree with some of the stuff. Not going to say I agree with everything, but I agree with some of the stuff that he's saying. But I'm going to tell you what, y'all better open your eyes and watch Africa. Those are the people you need to watch. Because when those presidents all come together, watch and see the fall. We're done. I'm telling you, y'all better watch. Open your eyes. Just like I've been telling people, I said, y'all buy silver and gold. What's happening now? People told me I was crazy, right? Did y'all buy some? No. Because y'all said, oh, I'm here because it's a powerhouse. America ain't going nowhere. Oh, America's doomed. Biden even told y'all dummies that. He said, Biden told you, America is doomed. Not just because of the African Americans. And yes, he said that out of his mouth. And nobody said he made a big deal out of it, because you can talk about American black folk all you want. You can say whatever you want. They don't say nothing. But if he had said it about the Jews, or somebody would have had, they'd have had a fit, right? This is all time a man trying to talk about somebody. But he said America's doomed, not only because of the African Americans, right? And then he talked about white folk is going to be, he knows what's coming. Why y'all think they putting these Mexicans on top of y'all? Because they know that those Mexicans are white supremacy all over again. They're just as racist as those white folks. They are just as racist as those white folks. And y'all think those some friends? Y'all be blacking and browning it all day long, don't you? Do you ever hear them say black and brown? I'll never hear them Mexicans say black and brown, nothing.
Oh no, they do now. They're getting kicked
Oh,
out
they
of
do now
Florida.
because they want you to fight for them. Yeah, they saying it now because they want y'all to fight for them. No, you fight your own battles. No, ain't no black and brown nothing. Ain't no black and brown nothing. Oh, but they blacker and brown to you now. Used to couldn't wasn't black and brown nothing. You see, Phil talks about them all the time. The Latinos anti-black hate. All the time he talks about these different cultures with this Indians anti-black. People want to be Indians so bad. Indians used to fight against black folk, the real ones. I'm just saying. And you sitting up there talking that noise. They used to pay them Indians $25 a head for a black slave to return them. I'm just saying. But these show people, you say you were an Indian. Yeah, they was taking your head off and they were giving it back to, or giving you back to the white folk. But you want to be, I'm an Indian. I'm an Indian. And people don't even understand. Africans were not selling them, their cousins. They were not selling. They were selling, you know how they had different tribes and those were prisoners. They were selling prisoners. They were selling prisoners. They weren't selling their own people. People are so dumb. You got to read your history. Read a history. Please, please stop believing what these white folk telling you about Africa. Y'all got to go over there for yourself and visit. I had a round trip ticket, $750, and I stayed 6 weeks. You ain't got to stay that long. But at least go there and see for yourself and stop believing stupid stuff like in Africa, animals stay outside and talk about and walk and talk about leaking feet. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're going to talk against your own for these crackers. You're going to talk against your own. This is what makes me mad about black people. I ain't never been to Africa, but you got a lot to say because you watch TV. I had to go for myself to see. I had to go over there to pick out me some land because them crackers, the very people that tell you it's bad over there, not to go, guess who over there? Getting your inheritance, black folk. Gonna beat you out of your inheritance again. They over there getting that land for $1,000. They over there getting that land for $600. They over there getting your inheritance. While you sitting up here telling me, I'm gonna stay right here because I thought I built for this. You built this land because you ain't have no choice. You didn't build it by choice. You didn't have a choice. They would have killed you if you didn't build for them. You sitting up there talking about you gonna die for a land that's not even yours. When you got wealth over there, you got land over there. But you sitting up here want to take their abuse instead of going over there and building. Do you not know how much opportunity is in Africa? Do you not know how much opportunity forecast? You was talking about import, export. Africa, that's your money. That's your wealth. That is your millions. You can build warehouses, build stores, build a cleaners. Africa still back in the day. It's so much opportunity. So much opportunity. And you stuck over here and they won't even give you a damn piece of land under $1,000. And you holding on to nothing because you don't want to visit, because you believe in white folk that's going to tell you how dangerous Africa is, but they on that plane. Who was on that plane? They was. A whole lot of them too. Tanzania? Oh my God. Beautiful. Tanzania is one of the most beautiful parts of Africa. Guess who was there? Taking your wealth. They was. Got businesses all over there. And you sitting up here being shot down in the street, being abused daily, on their jobs, building their future, instead of you taking your $10,000 that you got from your taxes and go over there and build you an empire. You could go over there and pool your monies together and build malls and do all kind of stuff and make money. Because you got a lot of white foreigners over there. Why not take their money? Why not go build a mall and take their money? You got a guy that built a thing for cashews. You know, everybody loves cashews. He has a whole company. And he's black. Came from New York. A millionaire today. And you sitting up here damn struggling because you don't want to leave racist ass America. Because you got an apartment, a little tiny 900-foot apartment that you paying $2,000 for, that that you could, that's a whole 2 years of rent in Africa. Are you silly? 2 years of rent you paying for 1 month. Mark meets Africa. He's building. You should pull him up. Mark meets Africa. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show him to you. 19-year-old. No, he's 20, 21 now. I'm gonna show him to you. Let me show you Mark. This dude that came over there. Look at him. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna show him to you. I don't want to see the commercials. This is Mark meets Africa. I'm gonna try to show him to you without shoot. Hold on. This is Mark meets Africa. Okay, he's talking about a family. You see the light skinned guy right there. He was 19 when he went over there. Okay, he's building a place for black owned people with their own businesses. Right. Pull him up. You'll see him. He's in the midst of doing it now. The compound that he bought or he's renting has it's going to be business owners, and they're going to be outside, and you're gonna, if you have a business and you sell whatever you sell, this is a family that's over there visiting him now. It's look at it's what called Mark Meets Africa. Pull him up if nobody ever, and follow him on Facebook, follow him on YouTube. This young boy, young brother, he went over at 19, right? He's 22 right now and building. He has areas for homes, right? He's got called The Merge. It's a foundation that he built. I joined, right? Because I've been watching him for 3 years. That boy, he's young. He's got vision. He's got vision. He's building this compound, right? And he's offering like 25, maybe 30 spots, right? You can come there. You can open up your own business and pay maybe, I want to say maybe $100 a month, something like that. I'm guessing. I think that's how much it was. But guess what? You're gonna make more than that, because you're not only going to advertise to people over here, but you can advertise to the white folk in the area that has money. Y'all don't even understand. Boy, y'all don't get it. He's building stuff that you guys could be doing. He's doing. You can go over there. Forecast, you was talking about what your vision was. Import, export. I'm just saying, you can buy a dump truck over there. If you want dump trucks, they need dump trucks, right? Dump trucks is probably maybe $60,000, if that. I'm just guessing, okay? You can rent that dump truck out to anybody you want to a business, right? They pay you up front. They're going to pay you thousands. These companies are coming in Africa building, right? They can pay you $1,000 a week. That's a $4,000 that you don't even need for Africa. All you need to pay rent in Africa is probably $400. That's rent. You know how much money you'll have in your pocket in order to buy another dump truck so you can rent that one out too? And you're sitting up here talking about who cares about the damn animals in Africa? Opportunity is where you should be talking about. What kind of opportunity can I get over there? See, this is how small our minds are. You're not thinking about the vision. You're not thinking about growing. You're not thinking about, man, I can leave America. I can have $10,000 and I can grow. I can grow that money. I guarantee you can. I guarantee you can. I guarantee you. You can get Airbnbs. You can do anything you want to over there. But if you got a dump truck, you're going to make some money. Because black folk building houses, they building all across Africa. And if you got 3 trucks, you can lease one to Ghana, lease one to Tanzania, and you can lease one to Kenya. That's starting off, okay? Get one for now. And lease that bad boy out. And see how much money you make with just one. But let alone if you had 2. Because you making $4,000 a month, why you can't make $8,000 a month? What are you gonna do $8,000 in Africa? But build. If you pick up trash, they need a trash company in Africa. They need cleaners in Africa. They need side stores in Africa. They need soap. They need you coming over there building like clothing, shoes, gym shoes. Build it there. It don't cost a lot to get anything started over there. I'm just saying. You're wasting time here in America. Racist darn America who cares nothing about you, built a whole system, and you'll sit up here and talk about the very country that your ancestors came from. Make it make sense. That's how brainwashed you are. That's how brainwashed we are. We're not talking about opportunity. We're talking about the animals. We're not talking about opportunity. We're talking about that's not my hometown. But you have relatives over there. They're still over there, by the way. Remember, your mom's mom, like four generations, her mom is still there. Your sisters, her sisters are still there. So you got her sisters' kids, right? So you have cousins that's still there. Are you listening to yourself when you say, I'm not African? Do you guys understand this? Do we understand this? How important this is? I don't think we get it. I don't think we get it. Forecast, I'm gonna let you have a word. I'm sorry, I just take the whole show up, didn't I? Go ahead.
No, you going in like I'm listening. I'm learning and everything. And I'll say this, 'cause like you mentioned before, like with people so talking about selling slaves, you know what I'm saying? Like black people sold slaves and stuff like that. But like, even like the few that did, you know what I'm saying? Like ask them to name the group, you know what I'm saying, who did it. But like most of them got kidnapped themselves, you know what I'm saying? And that should have been red flag number one for black people about trusting them, right? And I stopped giving the pass after like 1700, all right? And everybody be like, we this 2023, I can't believe it. Like, so I stopped giving the pass for black people after the 1700s. So like, if we don't learn that like they don't agree to no treaty, no nothing that you say that they have, like they don't keep their words to themselves. Like, yo, that's not what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't care what you even say you come from. One thing that we know that you're not, that black people is not, and that is American. You know what I'm saying? You've never been and you never will be. And I have a problem with that because it should be our goal, like, to destroy it. Because, like, either way, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's just to make your own, it can't coexist. You know what I'm saying? You got to expect your enemies going to attack you. So, to say that you are something that you are not, you know what I'm saying, I think is a problem with black people. We like to identify. And then like what you were saying about the business is very important and over in Africa, and global, like yo, doing business where you're at or whatever it may be, because we talking about getting these Asians out the store, these Asians out the store, you know what I'm saying? And it's important to do business with each other first and foremost. I'm not even saying like you take people's money, but you bring it back to yourselves. So like even what you're saying with that is right. And I saw a sister recently, she got a whole lot of land in Africa that is like minimal mineral rich. I'm trying to do like my research. I'm probably gonna try to sign up for a class, because she's talking about how to exploit the minerals in the land. It's like zinc and copper and stuff like that on our land. And like Cassandra been telling you, is like a change coming, like the minerals and like like lithium and stuff like that, like those is resource, like batteries, like things that you need, electrical sources, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these things is very vital, you know what I'm saying? So like yo, with black people globally, and I say black people because I don't care if Arab is born in Africa today, you know what I'm saying? Because I think they just mulattoes, or a white dude is in Africa today or something like that. We're talking about black people doing business with black people. And, according to that sister, she got a lot of land, and I think I forget where it was. I think it's Gambia. I'm not sure though. But she got like a lot of land, and they're talking about trying to do, according to her, like just with her testimony and consider testimony, like we want to do business with, especially the black people who want to do business and will do right by each other. So like there's a lot of opportunities in the world, you know what I'm saying? And we not even taking enough. I would say another thing, start like, because the other brother ain't have no solutions. One solution is go get a go bag right now, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know what could happen. Like, and those is something that's affordable that you can get. So get like three of them, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I'll pass the mic.
You talked about that go back. I packed my car. I have everything in my trunk. I go bag. I have go bag. I have water. I have tissues. I have towel paper. I have. I went and got me like a machete. I got. I'm telling you, you guys. I keep y'all better wake up. I'm telling you. And I did a show on an emergency kit. Stephen Darby talks about that, and you guys look him up. Isaac, welcome. Hey, Isaac. I don't know if I've welcomed you already, but Isaac said that's right. And yes, I'm telling you, Stephen Darby actually talked about an emergency kit, and he's not the only one. You had another Omar somebody was talking about an emergency kit. If you guys do not have an emergency kit packed, I'm telling you what's coming. I'm telling you, you won't have one opportunity. Listen to what I tell you. You don't listen to nothing else. We're gonna have one opportunity to get out of America. One. You got one more coming because he said you're gonna go back to where you came from. Oh, we're going back, whether you like it or not. You're going back. But if you stay here because of the lack of your understanding, you're going to die. You are going to get the same punishment that they get. Understand? He's got to move you out of the way so that these devils can get their punishment. These are not God's children. God's children do not hang a black man and burn him alive. God's children do not cut babies out of a pregnant woman's belly. God's children do not feed children to alligators. God's children does not cut the lady's stomach open, let the baby fall to the ground, and stomp that baby's head. Those are not God's seed. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all may say, "Ooh, I had a best friend that was." That's one, but you're trying to lump a whole group of these things into one. Those are not. God got his children and Satan got his. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all can sit up here and think I'm crazy if you want to. You're going to have one more opportunity to leave America. And if you don't get on that ship, and I'm going to tell you, if you ever see ships and they say, we want to, because they're going to put you out of America, whether we see it or not. But I'm going to tell you what you better be teaching your children because for what's coming on America, it's going to be devastating. Russia is not done with America. You better believe what I'm telling you. Y'all don't understand. America got to go because of how they treated the black folk. And I'm not saying that America was the only one. They treated them the worst, okay? Now, Brazil got some stuff to pay for too. But America, they was nationwide. Nationwide. America dealt with all black folk. Just like America, remember when Haiti came here? What they do? They shipped them out. They didn't give them no asylum seekers. The Mexicans that's here now, they calling them asylum seekers, right? They didn't give Haiti that chance, did they? They shipped them right up out of here, didn't they? They said, "No, ain't nowhere in the world all them niggas from Haiti too," because you already remember what Haiti did to the French, right? And you think they're gonna let them niggas come up over here and do the same thing? Get them niggas up out of here, because that spirit is still there in them, right? Okay, y'all. You know Haiti is off the chain over there, right? But it's off the chain because of white folk. You leave because everybody over Haiti is not even Haitian. You don't have one Haitian person, but the president, and the president is not even. He's the one that killed the former president that America put in place. Y'all don't understand when y'all say they talking about the revolution and what's going over in Sudan. America got their hand in that because Russia went to Sudan and they said, "Hey, we want to put a port in Sudan," right? And America said, "Don't do it. Don't do." Told Sudan, "Don't do it." But America, Russia, and Sudan had already been talking about this, and they were supposed to put that port in there this year. So now, Russia. So now, America got the follow the money, y'all. Better follow the money. Follow the money. You're gonna see America got their hands all in that civil war in Sudan. One general took over another general, and another general took over that general, and they killing up some. But every time you see a civil war like that, white folk got their hand in it. The same thing happened in Rwanda. Rwanda had a civil war back in what? Oh God, when was it? I want to say maybe in the 60s, with like 60s, something like that. I went to the museum. Guess who had their hands in it? The Dutch. The Dutch had their hands in it. They start putting the Tutus and Hutus against each other. Well, you better than this one. Your eyes are better. You're black. What the hell are you talking about? My eyes are better than my brothers. We both look the same. You feel me? But that's what they did. They started talking about the one was better than the other, and they started believing they was really better than the other, and they went against each other. And it was what Tutus and one more Tutu. I can't think of all the Tutus, but they all. And I'm telling you, Hutus almost like Non-existent. I'm telling you, they demolished them. People don't understand what happened. Every time you have a civil war in Africa, the white folk got their hand in it. Just like Haiti, I'm telling you, nobody in Haiti is Haiti born. You got a lot of foreigners over Haiti that don't even like black folk. That's what the problem is. They are not even Haitian. Why do I have a non-black person over me? Tell me that. And I'm in Haiti. And everybody in leadership is from India, Iraq, Saudi, all these people that don't even like black folk, but they over Haiti. And Haiti said we want the UN out of here. And the guy barbecue is the main dude. They trying to make him look like a bad guy so they can go there and kill him. And y'all black folks said, well, he needed that because he was acting like a hoodlum and he was doing this, that, and the other. But he is actually holding Haiti together, y'all. Y'all don't understand. He's the only one, he's like the leader. But I'm like, make a movement, not a leader. So if they take out one, you got a movement. And that's what we as black people need to do. We have to come up with a movement. Not nobody needs to be the leader, but a movement. You can't kill a movement. You can kill a leader, but you can't kill a movement, family. That's what we have to produce, a movement of anybody that's coming against black people. We take care of them. If we was killing white folk the way they was killing us, what you think would happen in this country? If we would stand up and act like we wanted to kill them, y'all don't even understand the power that you possessed. You don't even understand the power that we as black people possess. Most people said, oh, they'll kill us. They can't. Because if they could, they would have already. You don't even know who you are. Why do you think we multiply like roaches? Why do you think we're still here? They've tried so many times to take black folk out and they can't because of who you are. If you knew that you were the chosen, you wouldn't be worried about them because we've never had to fight a fight. We have never had to fight a fight. Guess who always took up for us? Read your Bibles. Y'all, some of y'all say, well, I don't read it. You better, so you can understand what's happening now. You better read it one time and you'll understand, and your eyes will be open so you'll understand. It's not about Christianity. It's not about a religion. It's about that book is talking about you. It shows you who you really are. Deuteronomy 28 talks about you'll never live in houses you'll never bear. You'll yearn for your children all the days of your life. Who are they talking about? You'll return in ships the same way that you was taken out of Africa. You're going to return to Africa the same way. Y'all, they got y'all so jacked up you don't even want to read about your own self. Y'all so busy thinking they talking about white folk because y'all pastors told y'all that that's who they was talking about because they done whitewash everything and got you believing that you're not even the chosen. Y'all don't even know how chosen you are. You don't even understand the gifts that we as black people possess. You don't even understand how special we are. And you got people talking about we doomed. Nigga, you doomed for thinking you doomed. To thinking I'm doomed, you doomed. If you knew who you were, you wouldn't be talking the way they talking because they ain't got no wisdom. None whatsoever. And ain't trying, they run in their mouth and don't know what the hell they talking about. And reparations, you better believe you're going to get great wealth, great substance. You're going to leave here with great substance. Guarantee what I tell you. You're going to leave here with great substance. You're not going to want for nothing. Oh, what's coming? It's coming. They don't want to give it to you, but it's coming to you regardless of whether they want to give it to you or not. If you understood who you are, you understand the favor that's on your life. It may not look like it, but we got favor because we'd have been dead a long time ago if we were not the chosen. Does anybody understand that? If you were not the chosen, you would have died back in slavery. Your asses wouldn't even made it over here because you'd have died in them. Did you see them boats they brought you over? You was pushed up like sardines. Did you see them boats? You were so tight you couldn't even. Everybody sick, spitting up and pooping and peeing on each other. I'm just saying. But you don't even understand how special you are because they don't tell you how special you are. People that call you nothings, they're nothings. You know they always say stuff about you that's true about them. They'll call you nothings. Those are the nothing brothers. Those are the nothings. Why you think they mixing and mingling with you? Because they can't even reproduce right now. And you helping them, black man, black woman. You're being their incubators. You're recreating enemies for your black children. You're recreating enemies because they know that they need you to survive. And just because I don't call you no nigga don't mean I don't like you. Just because I don't call you a nigga to your face don't mean I can't stand your damn guts. Because they fake all the time. They'll marry our men and get all the money makers, right? And them dummies will go there and give that money to them women. They treat them like dirt. Because I seen it. Treat them like dirt. They just glad to have them. One man, his wife, was one of them women that was Ku Klux Klan daughter, right? And she used to talk mad stuff about black folk. She got one of them football players. They tried to show him. He didn't want to see it. He said, I don't care. He didn't care long as he had a white woman. He didn't give a damn what he didn't care. As long as he had a white woman, I guess his ass is. I bet you, I guarantee you right now, he's so miserable he can't see straight. Good for you. Remember the black guy who married the white woman? Now he needed a kidney and asking black folk for a kidney. No, give it from her. Get her kidney. I wouldn't give you a damn eyeball. I wouldn't give you a piece of hair out of my head. Get her hair. Get her kidney. You can't because you're not even together. You can't get nothing from her. Animals. Those are animals. You can't get nothing from an animal. You bragging black women for their kidney now, but you sleeping next to the enemy. Get your enemy's kidney. Get her kidney. You don't even like black women.
It don't work in black bodies.
Okay. None of that works in black bodies. That's just like a foreign. It's like me trying to put a bottle, this thing up in my body. Why do you think people that come up here and they put like, tubes and they put all these, my husband's friend had a back surgery, right? And he had all these, like screws in his back, right? A lot of them. That man's, oh my God, his back was hurting him all the time. He finally had a surgery to take them screws out. I guarantee you now, his back is going to be fine. You cannot put a foreign object in your body and live with that foreign object. Why do you think some people get a heart transplant, they end up dying, or they get somebody's kidney later and they end up dying? That's a foreign, that's not yours. You weren't born with it. It's something foreign in your body. You can't take it out of somebody else's DNA out of their body and put it in yours. A lot of times those people have to take medication for the rest of their life to make that body part, to make it, I guess, to be able to survive or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but you have to take a bag of medication for that heart to stay in that body, or that kidney for that you to be able to hold on to that kidney. Why is that? A kidney is a kidney. If it don't matter, a kidney is a kidney, right? Should matter, right? It does matter. It does matter.
It take over them like a zombie movie or something.
Okay, exactly. Exactly. I hope y'all getting something out of the night. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just want us as black people to wake up. I just want us to wake up. My show is not for everybody. Everybody's not going to understand. It's not for everybody. It's certain people can be here. And I understand it's not going to be, I can't have a million for the conversation. A lot of black folk ain't ready for this conversation. They want a conversation where black folk on dog, black folk and talk about black men and talk about the black woman and pointing fingers and this your fault, this your fault, this your fault. And all of the time is they fault because of the system they put you under. The system they created, everything, and you guys gonna understand everything that they have done to us is for our demise. Because I told her I was against interracial dating and marriage. That's right. We had a pastor that was talking about that he was doing it trying to be mean, but I was agreeing with him. We ain't supposed to be marrying them. God didn't tell you to marry. Read Deuteronomy 7. He didn't tell you. He said, if you give your children to them, they're going to turn their hearts away from him. What has happened? This happened. When we came together with them, what's happened? Our kids acting like damn fools. Why? Because they've taken on their characteristics. Evil communication, corrupt good manners. If your child had a good manner, you good with them demons and devils, them Satan's children, and they're going to act just like them. Because they don't even understand. You remember that? What's that movie? What was that movie forecast where you put them glasses on and the man was able to see the spirits, the real.
It's like it's called like They Look or They See or something.
They look, they saw, or something like that. But he put on them glasses. That's a good movie. I'll be watching. I love that movie. But I'm telling you, he put them glasses on. He was able to see through the skin. And if we put them glasses on, them spiritual glasses on, you'd be able to see. But he already told you to try the fruit with the fruit. Remember? He said, who comes to kill, steal, and destroy? What do you see? Whose attributes are those? And what are they doing? They come to kill, steal, and destroy. They keep up mess. They're so toxic. They're always toxic. The environment they're in is toxic, right? They bring toxicity with them, but you still trying to marry them. You still try to call them friends, but you can't even be yourself around them. You can't even talk like I talk around them because they're going to get mad. I don't give a damn, get mad because I don't want you around me no way. Plain and simple. I don't need demons and devils around me. Get thee behind me. I don't even want you behind me too long. Feel me? But we have to understand what we're dealing with. We have to understand the systems that they set up was for our demise. And we thought it was the schools was for our babies. They weren't, because they weren't going to teach your babies nothing. Most of these schools are failing. Most of our young boys aren't graduating because they're in prison. They're in jail. Why do you think they're building more prisons in Georgia? Or they getting ready to tear Georgia's ass up with them prisons. Or they getting ready to tear them. They're getting ready to tear them up. They building a whole new prison for Georgia. Y'all know that? Y'all enjoy, you better leave Georgia. You're in Florida, you better leave Florida. We have islands. Does anybody know that there are islands in the United States that we can actually buy and have our own island? Do we know that? Why don't we pull our monies together to get our own island? How's that sound to you, Forecast? What would you do? How could we do that? It could be done. It could be done. What do you think about that, Forecast? About us having our own bank and islands? Guess what? They're only like about $5,000, $10,000. A whole island, you guys.
That'd
Did
be
y'all
dope.
know that?
Yeah,
Huh?
that'd be sweet.
I know it would. Why can't we do it? We could do it. We could do anything we want. But we as Black people, we see the residue of the power that we possess. We know the power, but we really don't know the power. Because Popeyes, remember when Popeyes or Nike came against Kaepernick? Kaepernick, I think is that his name? Kaepernick, I think the dude
Yeah.
that nailed when
Mm-hmm.
Nike came against him, right? Or when he knelt, we backed Nike, did we not? And Nike's um their what you call their stock went skyrocket. Their stock went so high. So now that we're boycotting Kanye West. Remember what that company? I think is it Nike now. We're boycotting them,
Yeah,
and they
they
just go
Kyrie Irving and Kanye West.
and they just got all of these shoes. Nobody can sell them, even with Kanye West. They have all these shoes. Nobody is selling. They're not selling because Black folk aren't buying. We are their economy, you guys. They need Black folks' dollars because white folk don't spend money. Black folks spend money. Y'all didn't know that, do you? We don't even understand the power. If we understood the power that we possess, they asses would be eaten out of our hands today. Everything you see going on right now, we can stop anytime we want to because we have the power. And if we found out that we had the power and they are praying that we don't get it, they are praying that we don't wake up. That's why they keep so much mess going. And that's why they use Black folk against Black folk, COINTELPRO, to keep the mess going. All of the celebrities, all the boulets, all of the people in the Democratic Party, these Black folk that don't do nothing for Black people, they're working for them to keep you off focus. You think, man, they look like me, they must have my back. Nope. Can't you see? You don't see they don't have your back? You don't see what's happening in Chicago? You had a dude called Jamal Green that was running for president, running for a mayor. He was independent and that brother was talking for the people. When I say talking for the people, he had a plan for Black people. Black folk didn't even vote for him. They put the Democrat in there, the one that told him that he was for the immigrants. He told them what he was going to do. And because he was blue, and I'm going to vote blue no matter who, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. They don't do anything for you, but you don't do nothing for yourself. So why should I do anything for you when you don't do anything for yourself? You're not demanding anything for me. And then when I do stupid stuff, you don't even hold me accountable. So what does he owe you? Nothing. He owes you everything because you vote for him. The Republicans don't owe you nothing because you don't vote for them. But people say, what about the Republicans? They don't owe you nothing. You don't vote for Republicans 97%, 87%. You vote Democrats 87%. And they do absolutely nothing for you. And you still go to the polls and you'll vote for them faithfully without giving you anything. Because Biden told you he wasn't doing nothing for you. Kamala Harris told you, oh, I'm not going to do just for black people, but they did something for the Indians, didn't they? Just for the Indians. They did just for the white farmers, but they didn't do anything for the black farmers because when the black farmers tried, what happened? They came up with a lawsuit, didn't it? And they stopped them black farmers from getting that money. But black folk never, we don't ever do them the way they do us. When they did that hate crime bill, black folk could have filed a lawsuit. We didn't. We have attorneys here that won't even do anything for black people. We have attorneys that can be kicking some butt, getting us some money. They won't do it. They won't do it. Why? Fear. Fear.
Asian farmers got money too.
Show did. They get, yep. They get money all, they got money. But then black farmers still, and did you know one of the biggest farmers, they just took their land. They just took their land. And they were supposed to do some kind of paperwork to stop all this stuff. They held on to the paperwork, wouldn't even turn it in. So the dad died who owned the farm. He died. So his son has to, well, he just lost the farm. And the dad died shortly afterwards, after he knew they was going to take it. So the dad has died and the son is, so now they have nothing. They're living in apartments, lost their whole farm. This is what these crackers do. But black folk won't come together and stop that. Black folk could have came together and stopped that, but we don't help each other. Just like that farmer in what's that? Denver, the black guy with all the land. What happened to him? He just disappeared. We don't even talk about him. He needed some help from black folk. Some folk went down there, but a whole lot of black folk. That wasn't my farm. What do I care? But it could have been your farm. That's black. That's a black farmer who we could have gone to. And for what's coming, you're gonna need food from somewhere, black family. You're gonna need food from somewhere. Because these white folk ain't gonna give you think they're gonna feed you? You got a whole black farm, a farmer that we could be supporting, and we won't support him. That's your livelihood. And you just left it. It's several black farmers we could be supporting, but we won't do it. You think white folk got your back. You be getting ready to find out. Because it's gonna be a whole lot of starving black folk. You go to the store now, mayonnaise $5, $6.99. What? What is not mayonnaise just $3.49? I didn't even want to pay for it when it's $3, $3.99. It's $5.99, $6.99 for mayonnaise. What's going on? Just saying. We got to do better. We got to support us. We need us a black store. We need somewhere that we'll be able to call our own. If something happens, we'll be able to support our own. Y'all so busy trying to get these white folk to do for you. They're not going to. You're begging a child molester not to molest your daughter. That's what molesters molest. I'm just saying. We ask the white supremacy, please have mercy on us. Please feed us. Please stop killing our children. Please, please, please. They're giving you the finger all day long. Take that. Because I'm going to kill you.
Bro.
Exactly. They're giving you the finger every chance they can. You niggas, you did. And we please, please, please. And they keep giving you the fingers and we keep begging it. Please, please, please. And they keep rolling right in. You know how you roll on top of one and they roll back up and roll over you again and keep rolling up. And we still begging them for underneath their cars while they rolled on your head. Go ahead.
Not my 14-year-old, massa.
Okay. We giving them my 14-year-old. We giving them to her. Here, take mine. Take mine. Master, take mine. I's got you, Master. Take mine, Master. Please take mine, Master. Oh, Lord. I don't know what this. I'm done.
You might be right. We might be doomed.
Oh, I'm not doing nothing because I know how to get my ass on the plane. I'm telling you now. I ain't doing nothing. I'm not doomed. I know I have land. I have two hectares in Gambia and 2 in Melindy. Don't play with me. Y'all can sit there and let them have y'all land. You ain't getting mine. Each one of my children have land and my granddaughter. Don't play. Don't play. I have a place to go. I have a double passport. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I got faith in black people, though. I think we can do it, though.
I know we can, but we have to want to. We got to want to. How many want to? I've put several ideas out, and black people here. Dr. Clayton Anderson was telling us what to do, and we still ain't done it yet. We still won't vote as a block. It's enough for us to run independently and put some independent black men up. And I'm telling you, Jamal Green would have made an amazing mayor for Chicago, and I guarantee you it wouldn't be where it is today. With all the immigrants, he would have shut it down. But we won't vote for anybody but Democrat or Republican. But if we vote for a block, like Dr. Anderson told us, we could make some things happen. Even mayor wise, governors, we can vote locally and get reparations locally. I'm just saying, there's a way around this thing. We don't have to get it federally. We could get it locally, but we won't come together as a block because you got so many black folk, white little black supremacists thinking a white man is going to do something for you. If I get just something, well, if I could just touch the hem and I get a little bit of the residue, even though the white man get it all, if I can get a crumb from his table, I'll take the crumb. That's what we sound like. The head of the house taking crumbs. Does that make sense? The millionaires, the black millionaires, the black folk taking crumbs off of their table. Our bread. That's our bread. And we settling for crumbs. Think about that. We're settling for their crumbs, but it's our bread, our loaf of bread. It's almost like you guys. Okay, let me tell you. Remember the story? There's a story about a man. He was on a ship, cruise ship, and he stayed in this room the whole cruise ship. He went in. He was eating. He had bologna sandwich and cheese and crackers the whole week. He didn't come out of his room. At the end, the lady, who was the lady at the whoever the lady is at the in the cruise ship, right? He said, "Mr. So and so, we didn't see you." And he said, "Well, I stayed in my room all. You didn't know the food was free." And that's what the lady said. You didn't. What were you eating? You didn't come out of your room. Food was free. You could have ate for free. He didn't even understand. That's what. That's us. We're giving up our millions right now. We don't even know we're owners of millions. We don't even understand that we give away our bread every day to people that don't even deserve it. And they eating good off of your bread. And you're eating crumbs. And you're okay with those crumbs. That's mental illness. That's mental illness. That's PTSD. And it's not even our fault that we're here. But they blame you. They beat you and blame you for getting beaten. Just like the slaves. They would rape the slaves, and the woman, the wives of those nasty men would beat the slave for allowing her husband, because her husband raped her, right? Raped the slave. So you beating the slave, but you didn't check your husband. Make it make sense. Does that sound right, what I just said? It don't, does it? That's what was happening. That's what's happening now. We're allowing them to eat. God said, I'm not going to give my bread to dogs. We're allowing dogs to eat our bread. And we're taking the crumbs that's falling out the dog's mouth. You know how dogs eat, their crumbs fall out the mouth. And we're taking those crumbs. Isn't that disgusting? That's what we're doing. Mm-mm. Are we going to get mad enough and take the crumbs back? Go ahead, Forecast. You got something on that one?
No, I was just agreeing. I was saying, yep. I was saying, we get after the dog. In fact,
Oh, nothing coming out of my dog's mouth. I'm just saying.
yeah, it's one dog to another, But and I have to say that movie, it was called They Live.
Lived, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that it was a good movie, and but everything you're saying is like spot on. One thing that concerned me though, going forward is because we was talking about the mulatto, and then I seen a white girl say yeah, we mess with black dudes because we want to preserve our DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen a white girl literally say that.
Love
But
ain't got nothing to do with it.
like it's business, you know what I'm saying? Like it's survival for them, and
Yep.
we don't look at it as survival. We be like, yo, love is love.
Mm-hmm.
Like you only can love somebody you give your attention and time to. So like
Right.
you can choose that. So that's not true. But one thing that concerned me though going forward in the future is like the Blasian mix, like black and Asian mix.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that might be a problem. Like especially even in Africa, because that's no different either. They feel the same kind of way, you know what I'm saying? I seen the brother earlier. I don't really say much to him, you know what I'm saying? And they kind of give him a spot. But that's why I mess with him about the Filipino thing. Like I'm not joking about. I mean, I joke with him, but like seriously, like you talk about all day the black whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like or like no, like they all was under the Stop Asian Hate bill. None of them was down with us when it was time. Like, I don't care if your mom is Asian or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're part of the whole culture too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't give no passes to these mulatto children because that's what they use their children in war. Like, they
Yep.
literally enslaved their own children and they would use them in war to gain leverage over you. And we like love is love, and they like, no, land is land. I'm about to take these resources up out of
That's
here,
right.
and your kid is what I'm gonna use. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I gotta say, after you said the Joe Biden thing, I had to look it up, yo. It was funny. He just, yo, this idiot just like first
Did
he
you
was,
see it?
yeah,
I
yo,
think I'm gonna try to let me find that. Y'all gotta see
yo,
this.
you
I'm
have to
so serious.
play it.
I gotta play it,
Yeah.
y'all. Please, y'all hold on.
That's
But
goofy, dude.
y'all
First
gotta
he was
see
just standing there on the
this.
bike and he just fell
This.
over. Then he was just
Oh,
like, it just, yo, but one of the comments on
yes.
the video I said this all it said a symbol of the direction our country is going. And
Yep.
I was like, just
I
think
told
about
you.
that when you said all the stuff that you were saying about like, yo, because we ain't never been America, and you should want the destruction of what's been built off of your bloodshed, and you know what I'm saying, keeping you in the position that you want. When they have their debates, like they be like, yo, there's the American question, and then they always have one question: what are we going to do with the Negroes? You know what I'm saying? And that's been the question from George Washington all the way to right now. It's all, if you look at every debate, like this always the Negro question. What now with Black Americans? What are we going to do? But yeah, show that video. That was funny as hell.
This is the one about the Air Force. This is the one that just happened the other day, y'all. Can y'all see my screen? Can you see my screen forecast?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Yeah. This is one. I can pull it up. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. They gonna show it. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, come on. There it go. Okay, go. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all ready to laugh? Okay, here's the man you put in office. Oh, shoot, am I gonna be able to say it? They're gonna hold on. One. Hold on. I gotta see. They need to be ashamed of themselves. Really? What in the world? Get off of there. No, my computer been doing that lately. I don't know why. Oh, another one. Why this is being slow poke. Hold on, let me see if I can go over here and get one. Okay, let's try this one. I cannot believe they're not gonna let me play none of them. Really?
Try to pull it up on YouTube to see if it works.
It's not. Is it on YouTube? Wait a minute. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Video play is in picture. What? I don't know what that means. What that mean? What that mean? Forecast. What they were saying. Is it over
Oh,
here?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
I
maybe
think
it's.
so. Yeah,
Let
there
me
you
see.
go.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta I'll probably blow it up though.
I don't know how to get it up here though. Okay. Let me see this.
The two, you see those two arrows on the side?
Right here.
Right now, the White House. Of course, the president is dealing with challenges of his own. Most of the polls
Here.
indicate they're a significant threat right now, but they do
What
come
in the
in
hell
according
is
to
this?
of
That's
the
not it.
Democratic vote, at least in these early polls.
Yeah, I
Jack?
don't know why they playing
What
this.
is this?
Yeah, that's right. And since
Okay,
announcing
let me
his
try to go through and get
reelection
it. Hold on.
campaign,
Trying to get it.
You want me to bring it up for
as
you?
not person event, he hasn't met voters around state. The campaign.
Yeah, if you can you do it over there?
Yeah, you just when I show it, you just gotta hit allow when I put it up. I can show it for you.
Oh Lord, hold on. Okay, let me see. I couldn't.
Hold on.
Oh
Hold on,
Jesus,
I ain't
this is
doing it yet. I'll
crazy.
let you. Hold on, give me a second. All right.
Okay.
So it should pop up on there.
All right, I'm coming back over there. Let me come over here. I'm coming back over there. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay, is it right here?
Yeah.
Oh shoot,
I
hold on.
think.
Right there? No.
Yeah, that's mine.
And do I have to do it on this end? Okay,
Yeah,
there
I
it
think
is.
it should be playing on the screen now, right? Can you see it?
Yeah, I see something. You have to hit play, right?
Yeah. All right, let me play it.
Wing, 10 shot. Mr. President, thank you for joining us today.
You saw that? You on mute.
Play the one with the bike. Play the one. That dummy, he can't even walk right. What the hell
All right,
wrong
hold
with
on. Give
him?
me a
This
second.
is
Let
the,
me
this
pull
is
it
the
up.
third time he's fallen. He is the third. This is the third time he has fallen, man. I mean, the other
Yo,
one with the
this
bike,
one looked like he was hurt too.
he was just like sitting on the bike and he just leaned over. He didn't bother to put his foot down. Like, what's wrong with you? What a
All right, hold on.
dummy.
Let me pull it out. All right, here we go. I got it.
Oh God.
Um, all right, you should see it up there.
Okay, I think yeah. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
All right, there you go. Hold on.
Look at this.
Let me get a bigger one.
We're
Oh my bad. Let me stop it.
Okay. Oh God, this is the man. That thing was so funny. Look at this dummy.
Dr. Brown, how was your anniversary?
This dummy. He didn't put his feet down. It's just like what in the world? Come on, dude. Come on. Look at this fool. Who does that? You just every time he got a crowd, he got the devil. Well, he just make him make a fool out of himself, don't he?
I'll
He
play
just
that one more time.
yes, let's do that again.
What is he doing? Like,
What? Who was that with the shirt got in the way? Look at that dummy. He just like laid down. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who?
is
Look, he
that?
is
I
falling
do.
more. Yeah, look at him. He never breaks anything though. That's the thing I don't understand. That devil just look at it. Look at
Yeah.
it. Oh my god. Wait a minute, forecast. Get the one with the Air Force. He going up the stairs and he fall like 3-4 times.
All right, hold on. Let me try to find that one. Let me see.
I'm telling you, America's done, you guys. I keep telling y'all, it's done. It's a done deal. It's a done deal.
All
It's
right.
a done deal. I'm telling you.
All right, hold on. I got it. My bad. All right, so it should pop up now.
Okay.
Let me see.
There we go. I see it. I see it.
All right, here we go.
Oh man, this one right here. Oh God. Every time he got a crowd and a camera. Look at him. Who can't walk? Should have been up down the stairs so he could tumble on down.
I know, right?
Who can't walk
From
up
the
the
top.
damn stairs? Look at how many times did he fall? What the hell? Look at that dummy right there. How many times did he fall? He just kept on falling. Now you should have fell down.
All right,
Boy,
just keep
you,
walking. Yeah, just keep
you
walking
should have
in the
fell.
door. Yeah.
He should have fell from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Rolling over and everything. Like,
I know. Oh my God. I'm done, y'all. I'm done. I ain't have nothing else to say. I didn't even touch my little subject, but we're gonna do it maybe another probably next Saturday. I think I may even come back tomorrow and do it at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And talk about my fatherless girls. Because I think that's is really something. Let's see what Noah's saying. He misunderstood. Oh, did I misunderstand you? Okay, come up here and talk to me. How? What did I misunderstand? I was saying Africans don't allow pets in their houses and kiss their feet like white folks. Kiss the feet. I didn't see no Africans kissing the feet of no animals. I'm
Now he
telling
was like, now he was like letting him like lick him in the face and like sleeping with him and stuff. He was
Well,
like, black people
I've
don't do
never
that stuff.
seen that because Africans they don't have a lot of dogs, especially in Zanzibar. Because in Zanzibar, when we were in Zanzibar, it was like they had nothing but cats. They had no, they have a lot of animals walking around in Zanzibar because it's a Muslim country, and a lot of Muslims like cats. They don't like dogs because they say dogs are bad luck or whatever. They just didn't have a lot of dogs there. But yeah, Kenya. When I was in Kenya, I did see a lot of animals walking around. But guess what? That's food. They had like pineapples growing out the ground. They had mangoes on trees. They had all kind of fruit. They had so much fruit it would get rotten. And I'm telling you, if you're hungry, pick up a mango and have a mango for breakfast. Seriously, if you're hungry, go in the garden and get a pineapple and cut that mug open and eat. If you're that hungry, get you a chicken that's walking around, just chickens all over, and cows. My thing is, food is just really walking around. Whose cows are these? Who you don't even know who they belong to. But my thing is, it's enough food in Africa to feed. There is no reason for Africa to be going through what they're going through. They have what the contracts with the Chinese and other different cultures that are like giving the Chinese 70% and they take 30. What do we do that at? But you don't know your value. You don't know your worth. Africa could be top dog anytime they wanted to, because I would tell China that every contract we got, if you don't hire my people, you're not coming. If you don't give my people money, you're not coming. Hold on, you guys. Let me see how to. Hey, what's up? What? Uh huh. Yeah, you did. You need it. Okay. 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 Bye. Sorry, you guys. I remember the word that she called me twice. I'm like back to back. Let me see what's going on. So I do apologize for that. But I just need to make sure that everything's good. It was. So we have to understand that Africa has so much food. Food is plentiful, but you don't know your worth. Guess what? If you don't know your worth, you'll make contracts to where I'm gonna get 30 and I'm gonna give you 70. And you don't have to hire my people. You can bring all your people here and my people can still be unemployed. But no, my thing is, if you coming over here, you got to hire my people. You got to teach my people how to do it. So then when you're gone, I don't have to come and get you to repair anything because my people are here. You taught them how to repair it, and I can use my own people. You have to use this. It's so many things that are set up the wrong way in Africa, but because they don't know, but so you have to come in there and set it up the new way. Just like schools is needed in Africa. We need to be teaching them the right history. White supremacy has set up their history. Their schools aren't any better there than it is here. Non-swirl zone.
Yeah.
But you
I,
have to go ahead, forecast.
No, I was saying like I think as North is saying like Europeans like white people like they be laying up and licking their dogs in the face and like sleeping with animals and stuff, and like black people don't really do that. I think he's saying like Africa like don't like do like the bestiality stuff like white people do. You're on mute.
I always do that, move myself. But no, I didn't see any of that. I didn't see where they was worshiping dogs and animals, and I didn't see any of that when I was there. I didn't see them sleeping with dogs. I didn't see they don't even have a lot of their animals in the house. A lot of them just are out free. Just out free. Seriously, they didn't, they don't do a lot of that at all. So that's something that I don't know if he heard, but I'm sure he's not saw it because I didn't see it when I was there. And I was actually there. So a lot of the stuff that people are saying is not true. Just like that young girl that you did a video with her, and she was talking about how South Africa, or
Oh yeah,
Zimbabwe.
that white girl.
Yeah, she was lying. She was lying. Though that was land that was black folk land that white folk came and stole their land, and they wanted their land back. And the president of Zimbabwe, this is why Zimbabwe is like poor, because America put them on sanctions because they went in and they took their land back, but they told them pay these people for the land, and they refused to pay them people, so they took the land. So she had her little lies. You know, white folk gonna say what they want to say, and they were mad because black folk wanted their land back that white folk came and stole from their family members. This was inherited land. So no, it's and nothing belongs to white people in Africa. It's black first. So how can you come in and steal something from me and then call it yours because you take my bike? Does not mean it's yours. It's still my bike. You understand what I'm saying? That's what was going on in Zimbabwe. That's what was going on in South Africa. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you really looked up, I got something I really want you to look up. And I was looking at it. It talked about the white boy and how the white folk in Africa was the black people, white, they're switching places. And now the white folk are struggling and the black folk are living good. And these white folk, man, he got them in little bitty huts or something. I'm gonna try to find it so I can show it to you guys because I want you guys to watch it. It's a video on YouTube, and it's where the African people is literally they have literally switched places with white and black folk, and now you have the white folk are struggling big time, and they're living in all kind of filthiness and dirty. And you know, white folk nasty, they nasty, right? But this was that I saw, and I'm gonna try to pull it up. But I'll go ahead, Thorcas. I want you to talk through this one so I can pull it up, so you guys can watch it on your own. But I'm gonna at least give you the website if I can find it.
Yeah, definitely. Cause like, that's a good thing to see. And they like mad about it, but again, protecting your assets too is also learning from your history. So, what I'm saying? Like, I love to see it, what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's a good thing. But like, like you were saying, like all of it is there for us to be had. Every moment is an opportunity for us, Like even what we say is bad or whatever, maybe the best thing would be the collapse of their economic system for you to start doing things on your own again, like learning basic skills. Like we need to get back to learning how to fix stuff, and build things, like actual physical, like, black people used to build houses and stuff and all of these kind of things. So like getting back to the physical skills and like learning how to farm and grow food yourself, because it was a common knowledge back then. So like using all the resources that we have is vital, what I'm saying, and recognizing who we are.
Here, here it is right here. I want you guys to pull this up. I'm gonna turn it down because I don't want to play it right now. But I want you guys to pull this up, and this is an amazing story. And I'm telling you, and this talks about South African white slums. I want you guys to read. I want you guys to pull that up. You got that title? I want everybody on here to read that. Look it up, and it's a really good documentary, and that'll kind of help you to understand what was going on in South Africa, how the black people took their land back. This was land that white folk took from them, and they wanted their land back, and they weren't killing anybody. They just went and took their land back, and they took their land back from these white folk, and nobody. And these are Dutch. These are Dutch. They're white folk Dutch, right? And they call themselves what do you call Afrikaners? But they come from Dutch, but they wanted to go back to the Dutchland or whatever you call Dutch. But the Dutch didn't want them because they said they didn't want that racism in their country. So yeah, you guys see that title? I want you guys to pull that up, and I want you guys to watch that documentary. That documentary is amazing. It literally shows you how Africa, they're switching places. Yes, pull it up, highly favored. You got us. I'm leaving it up here because I want you guys to pull it up. It's South African White Slums by Reggie Yale's documentary, The Real Story. I'm telling you, it's a black guy telling this story. And don't believe none white folk tell you. Don't ever believe none they tell you because they lies. They all liars. Okay. But yep. But I'm not going to be on here much longer. Forecast. You want to close us out? You have some
No.
commentaries you want to,
Well,
last word?
you was on fire today, Consider. So I appreciate everything that you say, and like for real, y'all support Consider because like you could tell like she's like real about it. You know what I'm saying? Because what you say is true. Like when you talk about real stuff, a lot of people do want to get from around you, but you want them people to get from around you anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everything that you say because like people do the same thing with me. So, I appreciate that. So, and you go way harder than I do. So I appreciate it for letting me on. Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate you for coming on, and we're gonna do a whole lot more of these. But I am going to. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow, but just maybe I don't know. But I am going to talk about the fatherless girls because, like I keep saying, I do believe that it's very important for our men to get back on the throne, and I think they need to understand how. And it's not the matter of you taking it from somebody; it's you standing on your throne. And if a woman comes to you, or you wanting, attracted to a woman, you have to understand her vision, and her vision does not match up with yours. If she's trying to overrun you or be on top of you, then that's not the woman for you. You are the king. You are the king of your castle, but you can't be the king unemployed. You cannot be the king if that woman is not going to feel safe. You have to have a plan. You have to have a good head on your shoulder. You have to know how to be the man. So Google is your friend. Get to understand what you missed in not having a father, to understand what it is to be a father, and understand what it is, what a father's place. And this is why we're going to continue doing this, and we're going to continue talking about the fathers. I'm going to keep giving you understanding of what a father does, why, how important is the father, what is his job, what is he there to do. And it's all about security and protection of that family. And the father teaches their daughter what kind of man she wants when she gets older, and a father is teaching his son how to be the man, how to be the provider, the protector, the security of that family, the blanket, the head, the king of his castle. Okay. So we're going to talk more about this, but we're going to go for now. I'm not going to, been 2 hours, almost 3 hours. I don't like these long lives at all. I don't, but this one was a much needed one. I feel much better just sharing with the family, because I really feel horrible coming into this, because I'm hearing all this negative talk about our baby, and we have to come up with a plan. And I don't just come on here to do videos. It's always about a plan for me. So I'm always going to leave a plan. There's always, we can always get to the place where we are going down to South Carolina, and they can do shifts, 3 hour shifts, to make sure that nobody, we don't want to burn that place down. I know I'm a burner down. I'm like, burn it, burn it down. No, the Bakari said, don't give him any insurance money. And I agree. Don't give no insurance money, because we don't want to burn something down that we could possibly use. Right. And somebody forecast, you can do a GoFundMe, get a GoFundMe, start giving money toward forecast. Okay, I'm putting you out there, forecast, because you can do a GoFundMe for that building, and we can get that building when those Chinese people get ran out. We can be the black people that go and get that building. I'm just saying. I know we got some people that's gonna watch this from South Carolina. Why don't you get in touch with forecast, and you guys work on because I can't do it all. I'll help you guys, but I can't do it all. But forecast could be the one to kind of head that one up in South Carolina as far as that store is concerned, because everybody trusts you. Forecast, do a GoFundMe, and people can give to you or to that GoFundMe for the store in South Carolina. And you get somebody, you would work with somebody in South Carolina to run that store for you. I'm just saying, it's an easy fix, you guys. We just have to put things in order, have to put things out there, and you have to put things in place, and you have to have security if we're gonna do a community store. Okay, it's got to be security first. Security first. Okay. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I appreciate you guys. Y'all may have to watch this tape over. At first, it was a little, I was really hurt. My heart was heavy about us. It's always heavy about us. I love me some black folk, but I do appreciate you guys for spending your time with me. Your 2 hours and 42 minutes. You didn't have to, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And forecast, I appreciate you for coming on. We're going to have to do this again, and we're going to keep up with our fatherless. We're going to keep talking about our fathers, because I think black folk, we need our men in the house. Our babies need you. We cannot do this without you. Peace, family.
Peace, y'all.